All right, I'm live. Okay, so I have come up with an idea. Got time. So I was thinking about it, and I was looking at some of the stuff I see. And I guess I'm always, I've always said that I am just like amazed how how um how much people online spend uh on the relationship conversation. That shit is mind blowing. Like it's so hard. I mean, they got to pull out charts and graphs and research. Have you ever seen such a thing? They gotta validate their biases and their struggles and stuff. They need to pull out charts and graphs and studies and comparing across the globe. They got to do all of this stuff to try to do what? To cope. I just find it really fascinating. So I decided I was like, you know what? Let me just have fun with it because this leftover. I'm gonna call it. Let me make sure the volume's up. This is what I call the leftover industrial dating complex. That's what I call this. And I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of money in it, and that's why people invest in it because misery literally loves company. Misery literally loves company. So I'm not alone. It's others like me. We're all struggling together. Let's do it together. Sisterhood and brotherhood. Yeah. Right. And I can use female and male examples of this. Let's cope together. It's a leftover dating industrial complex. And there's lots of money to be made with all this disappointment and you can bring race into it, you can bring class into it. Man, you can slice this shit 1,000 different ways. Anybody who wants to pull up and have a conversation or just want to present your views and say what you want to say, you don't necessarily want to argue with me, but you got your perspective and your position, you can feel free. Just put it in the chat because I'll be staying busy while I'm doing this, and at the I may not be looking at the little thing that says, you can invite people. So just put it in the chat because I try to keep up with the chat at least. I may not see that little number on the little guest thing, but there is the link right there for anybody who wants to give your 2 cents or your thoughts or present your perspective. It's cool. It's cool. I'm open, but I just think it's really interesting. Um, and I'm thinking about so many different ways that people, make money off of it. I mean, for example, I use Princella. Princella, she wrote books. She wrote 2 books. I mean, and it's like the most unnatural thing in the world, this whole thing that they're doing. This leftover dating industrial complex is the most unnatural shit ever. And that's why I get a kick out of it. It ain't my business because I'm not in the dating sphere. But it's like damn near any female or male algorithms that you get in, somebody's talking about it some kind of way, disputing the other side. And I have been very interested in the perspectives that people are taking as it relates to this EBT. I kind of dived into it. I've never seen actually a national, federal government move to cut food stamps across the states. And so it's kind of like, a high point of topic. And wouldn't you know that everybody who's part of the leftover dating industrial complex is jumping head first into this? They got to show the men, right? They got to show the men. See, look at these bitches. They're going to see women. I told you it was coming. And then you got the men, the women. Look, these men was doing what they were supposed to do, and they was fathers. Nobody would be worried about. So it's like every fucking topic turns into an opportunity for the leftover dating industrial complex. And the reason why I say this, let me say that. One of the reasons, let me start with that. One of the reasons why I call it leftover, 'cause some people might think that's a little insensitive, but it's not insensitive. Um, in the real world, right, globally, I'm just keeping it real, and even in the Western world. There's a time for marriage and family for those who are marriage minded. There are going to be lots of people who choose to be single. I'm not talking about people who choose to be single. I'm not talking about them. That's a lifestyle choice. I choose to be single. And people who choose to be single, they tend to be able to change that if they want to. So they're happy for the most part because it's working for them. They're getting what they desire. So there's not, they're not part of the leftover industrial complex. They're not part of that. Because when they decide they don't want to be single, then guess what? They just decide they don't want to be single, they won't. They'll go out and say, hey, I'm ready to get married or whatever. So I'm excluding people from this conversation who are single by choice. They're not included in this conversation. That's a whole nother ball game. They're not the ones coping and crying. People who would choose singlehood because they have certain ambitions or lifestyle goals, or they just like being free agents. They are not complaining. They're not the ones. They know what they're doing. They made their choice, and they rolling with it because it works for them. They're happy. There are lots of happy single people, right? That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about leftover. And the reason why I say leftover is because these are the people who are like probably least marriage minded, least relationship worthy. And what has happened is over time, they have found themselves to be incompatible with most people. Most people don't choose them or want to be bothered, or at least the people that they like. The people they want to be with don't want to be with them. And so the people who are their speed, who are on their level, the people they can possibly be with, they think they're too good for, which I think is strange. I think it's strange. Feel free to pull up. I got the link out if anybody wants to if anybody wants to add themselves and throw their 2 cents in. So I'm being clear when I define leftover. Leftover is people who don't have a choice to get their favorite pick or their preference. They don't have a choice. Because if they did, they'd already be what? They'd already be married. They'd already be in a relationship. And so this leftover, because it's not about happy single people. This is about people who are left over, and they feel like, you know what they feel like? They feel like they're being cheated out of something. That's what's interesting. The conversations that they tend to have sound like somebody's doing them wrong. Like, I was supposed to have the best women, but I don't, right? I was supposed to have a good man, but there's none around. They always talk, men and women. I'm talking about both now. This ain't about one leftover coming male and female versions, okay? So I'm not having no gender war, blaming somebody. I'm just telling y'all what it is. It's a lot of money in this shit. Helping people blame folks because they are not attractive to the opposite sex, or at least the people who they desire. You're not attractive. That's socially, intellectually, and it leads to leftoverhood. You're a leftover. And you got to deal with that. And a lot of leftovers, they just feel entitled. They feel like somebody on this planet was supposed to find them marvelous, who they find marvelous. And that's really the gist of it. That's really the gist of it. The people they are attracted to and the people they find attractive don't find them attractive. And that's what they mad about. That's what all the coping is about. They can find somebody, but it ain't going to look like much, And that's what I always say. I always say this. Energy seeks its own, how they say, water seeks its own level. Water seeks its own level. If you are fabulous and amazing, guess what? You're going to attract fabulous and amazing people to you. Not person, not soulmate, but people. Your whole energy is going to attract like-minded people. They're going to see you and be like, damn, you're fabulous. You're cool. You got it going on. I want to be around you. Naturally. And so nobody wants to have those conversations because that's too much like truth. You can't blame nobody when people just say, hey, if you was the cat's meow, you'd be surrounded by cats. Plain and simple. But see, that's too much like taking personal accountability. A lot of people just don't want to admit they're not all that. So they get together and they cope and lie. But let me tell you about the money. There's a lot of money in it. Helping people cope and cry. There's a lot of money. Because, like, for example, Priscilla, you can sell books. You know what I'm saying? You can sell books. You can sell all kind of books. You can tell people what to do, how to do it. what not to do, stuff to look out for. Oh, it's all kinds. You can go every which way. You could tell people that the problem is their race and they need to date out. You could tell people they need to be gay. I mean, it's 1,000 ways to run this here game. It's 1,000 ways to run this here game. You could tell people like Kevin Samuels, if you just dress like this, I'm a dressing coach, right? I'm a dressing coach. I can dress your ass up. If you just burn this kind of candle, right? Or even Shira, she's doing it too. She's doing it too. She ain't immune. Shira got some shit. What does she call it? Some kind of serum, sexy syndrome serum. It's supposed to be some kind of pheromone. And she telling these women that if they put this damn serum, and she got this shit like it's expensive too. And these little test tubes like it's rare and hard to make. The hustlers are hustling, baby. The hustlers are hustling. I'm surprised she ain't got no damn. She probably do. I was gonna say I'm surprised she ain't got no burning love candles. Burn this candle and he'll love you. I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if she got that on her website somewhere. I would not be surprised. You can sell anything to people who are feeling anxiety about being left over and left out. And these people who are leftovers, they don't spend. Y'all would think, you would think, right? You would think they would spend their time actually out dating, trying to get to know somebody. Nah, they don't spend no time actually out in the field socializing or trying to date anybody. They don't do that. They spend the majority of their time crying in groups. That's what they do. They spend most of their time crying together. We cry together. That's what they do. I'm cleaning my microwave now. I took a break to hang out with my kid. She likes to sing, so we be singing. But yeah, that's what they do. They cry together. We cry together. And there's a lot of money in crying with leftovers. Just cry with them. Tell them all the reasons that they're perfect and people just don't know. Tell them it's their race. Tell the white women that the white men are no good. That the white men are no good. And tell all the women and tell all the men the women too fat, ungrateful. Just tell them everything. Anything. It don't even matter if it's got any substance to it. It don't really matter. Oh, somebody's here. Type in the chat who you are, please. Type in the chat. Let me see. BH3RD. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know who that is. Let me see. I'll try. I'll take a chance. Hello.
Yo, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Who is this?
It's BH3RD, also known as Beef and Brock. I don't come up on stages quite often, but I do see that Gabe A quite frequents through your space. So to give me more of an abreast, I mean I've been listening to what you're saying, but also I've lost track. So like just to get me back on track, um, please exactly tell me you're like what's the smoke? You said it's a smoke show?
It's not really a smoke show. It's more like just give your perspective or your thoughts. If you want to argue, we can argue. But if you just want to say, this is what I think, then I'll be like, okay, I don't have to
Nah, I
argue.
ain't,
But
I ain't, I ain't got time to do that. That's crazy.
to do
But no, no,
what?
no, no. Let's share ideas. So like, basically, what you're saying is like, both sexes are at odds, right?
Oh, no, I'm not saying that.
Okay, so get me your breast.
Okay, so
Show
from
me to
my
your bosom.
perspective, okay, so from my perspective, you promise you're not gonna like do something weird because I don't know you yet. You're not gonna do
Nah,
that
nah,
weird.
no, no,
Okay,
no, no,
cool.
no, no, no. We're having genuine conversation. I'm not that type of guy. So.
Okay, cool, cool. Um, so this is my perspective. Like I am thinking that it's not a male female thing. A lot of people want to act like it's all men and it's all women in the world or in society that are having issues. I will argue there is no gender war. I think you have leftover men and you have leftover women, and the two of those different camps are arguing, right, about the reason they're leftovers. And in the
I do.
process, they do a lot of blaming and shaming of each other. It's
No,
not one
it is
direction.
it is it's a proxy war. It's a proxy war for no reason. I think that the sentiments on both sides are a bit of a lash upon each other, but I don't know. I kind of feel it from my perspective because like I'll share it with you my age. I was born in 1984. So
Okay.
so this year it would make me like what 41, 42, something like that. I stopped counting.
Okay.
So a nigga old, right? So
You're
I've
not old.
had
You're not old.
no, I've had an experience to be able to, date women that and this is your case study, so like get it in, right? Um
Okay.
I've had an experience where I have moved away from my hometown, did whatever I had to do, been able to
Okay.
establish myself for at least 10 years, not have any control over the situation within my career, but have the industry as a whole kind of collapse, which made me move back up north. Which and we're in the last past 3 to 4 years, I've experienced stuff, and it's been quite interesting because, like, in the
Mhm.
DMV DC area, I have most definitely experienced a much more fast-paced woman than what I would have experienced being in Charlotte, North Carolina.
A more what kind of woman?
Fast-paced.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
When I say fast-paced, I don't necessarily mean from like the aspect of like, her like necessarily being like a 304 type of thing. She's just like it because you're up north. Like there's a different type of energy up here. So you have either two options. You can either get
Okay. Hey,
with it.
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I want you to take your time. I pull creative up to the stage, and I just want to say, hey, creative. We're listening to BH3RD explain, and he's starting here, so we can both hear from the start. Hey, girl.
Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm over here cooking, but go ahead, do you?
Okay,
No,
go
y'all
ahead.
can take over.
No,
I'll
no, no,
speak
no,
to
no,
y'all
no, no,
later. It's
no,
all
no, no,
good.
no, no. That's not what I'm saying. I just wanted to say hello to her to acknowledge that she was on stage. And we're here to listen to what you're saying. You got all the time in the world. I'm in my kitchen too. I got time. So go ahead. We're listening. I want to hear your perspective. BH3RD. Hello. Hello. Hope you didn't drop. Hello. BH. Let me see. Let me try to pull him back up. He's still here. BH. Can you speak? Hello. You're talking about Maryland and the women. Pull back up if you can, BH3RD, because I can't hear you. I don't know if you're on mute. Okay, he dropped down. Can you pull back up, brother? If you don't mind, pull back up. We want to hear what you got to say. Pull back up.
So what was he saying?
Well, he started to talk about he's 40 years old, and
Uh-huh.
he was saying that he had BH, pull back up, please. He was saying that he had some career changes. Um,
Yeah.
and he moved to the Dallas. What is it called? Not Dallas. I'm sorry. The DMV. That's the DC, Maryland
The DMV
area.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DMV area. And he was saying that he found that the women were faster paced. And I told him just to hold on so I could speak to you. And then he dropped off or something. I'm not
They're,
sure.
they're
Well, the
faster
brother,
paced than what?
I don't know. I guess compared to, he said he was from North Carolina. I'll tell him
Oh.
to pull back up. I hope he didn't get like nervous or something.
Yeah,
Pull
North
back.
Carolina is kind of slower, so I can see that.
Yeah. I hope he'll pull back up. But anyway, what's going on with you until he gets back? We'll continue.
Oh, I'm just cooking. I was listening to him. I was, trying to understand what he was trying to say. That's all.
Right, me too. I don't know why he didn't dipped off and maybe his phone. got messed up. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's open for whoever. So what are you cooking, ma'am?
Oh, I'm cooking some stewed chicken, same one that you
Oh,
made, but I'm making it with some
wow.
kidney beans and rice.
Stewed chicken. I love it. I love it. You use browning sauce?
No, I'm doing the sauce the way I told you how to make it.
Oh, that's right. It was like it was brown sugar, I think, right?
Or you can use white sugar. You basically burn the sugar, or you get it to
Right.
caramelize, and then you use that.
Yeah, that's what I remember you doing. You be on that island food. You don't even play with it.
Of course.
She said, "I'm authentic with it from the scratch." Okay, from the damn scratch. I love it. I love it. I just made some Rasta pasta. I need to branch off and cook some more shit, some new shit. Why that brother run
Yeah,
away like that? Maybe he got nervous. I don't know.
you probably think he got nervous. I
He
hope
might
I
have
didn't
got
make
nervous.
him nervous. I don't think I did. I just came up.
No, no, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. I don't know. Some people are shy. I don't know. Maybe he's shy. And he
Oh,
started
okay.
he started talking and I interrupted him. And so maybe he started having second thoughts. I'm not sure. He could pull back up or go say something in the chat. But who knows? Whatever. Plenty of people. So so you saw the stream. What were you thinking when you saw the stream, the title?
Oh, I'm like this girl talking about leftover. Am I considered leftover? I
No,
don't see
not at
myself
all.
as that, but okay.
No, not at all. I'll define what I mean by leftover. I did that at the very start of the stream. Leftover is people who are single and they want to be with their preference. Somebody
Um,
who is real for real, maybe above their grade.
uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a lot of background noise, honey.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, it's okay. Um, they kind of want to be with somebody who may be past their equal, I guess you could say, and they feel like they can't be with somebody on their level, but they don't want to recognize what their level is. You see what I mean? And okay, it's like a dude who's looking for a OnlyFans type chick. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't got the qualifications to attract a woman like that. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and so that's somebody who I would call a leftover. They are in a position of weakness and denial and delusion. They want something that's probably out of their range, but they don't want to recognize that. So, in doing their coping, kind of stuck in that situation, they tend to become part of the leftover dating industrial complex, meaning I feel like I deserve X, Y, and Z, but I can't seem to attract X, Y, and Z. So I don't have any luck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean into this subculture of blaming, shaming, entitlement, bitterness, making excuses. Like creative solutions. Here's a perfect example. You might be single right now. Are you using charts and graphs? Are you using any
No.
charts and graphs and studies? Okay, you're not part of the
No.
left, right. The leftover industrial dating complex, those are people who are so desperate to explain how come they can't get somebody that they're willing to say there are no good women or there are no good men. They don't exist. They're willing to say that my whole race or X race is no good. And that's why. You see what I'm saying? They come up with these crazy explanations of why they can't get the type of person that they want to be attracted to them. You see what I mean?
I think that's coming from like you feel embarrassed or you're ashamed because you're supposed to be with somebody but you're not.
Right. And that's what makes them leftover. Because single people who are actively dating and satisfied, or who are not dating, single people who are saying, I'm good, I'm straight, this is the lifestyle I chose, or I'm dating for fun until I meet somebody, but I ain't stressing it. or I'll wait. I'm patient. I'm good. It's a different mindset that makes somebody a leftover. Leftovers are not good. They ain't gonna never be good. They kind of mad. They're kind of mad. They're kind of angry.
And another thing, you don't want to force yourself into a relationship that just doesn't mend well because you want to be in one. I don't think you should do that. I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I don't think you have to be. I don't think you have to be desperate. I think if somebody's single, it's a position. It's like a position, and it should be a temporary position. Like I'm
Yeah.
single right now, and if I choose not to be single, that's an option. I can choose to be in a relationship. Those are not leftovers. What's up, Alpha? Bitterness bingo. He's here, bitterness bingo. So that's the difference. There's plenty of people who got a healthy attitude. They might be frustrated with some of their dating,
Yeah.
sometimes, but they're not walking around here trying to use graphs and charts. They're not sitting on lives and coping. So, what else do you think I mean by complex as far as monetizing? Can you think of some ways that they make money off of these
Yes.
leftovers?
You ever seen that there's a movie called Easy A, and basically it's this girl who's in high school, and she's a white girl, and she's a goody two shoes, but she never seems to get like the attention that she wants from the boys and the people around her from just being
Hmm.
herself. So what she does is she dressed up as a slut, and then she made a rumor go around that she slept with some guy so she could get the attention and the validation that she wants.
Oh wow, is this a documentary or just a movie?
This is a movie. It's called Easy A.
Easy A.
And
So
basically, she pretended to sleep with the guy. She never slept with the guy. She's not really a prostitute, but she just did it all to pretend so she can get the validation and, so she can get like the praise from people. It's basically attention.
okay, so that's a little desperate.
But yeah, I compare that to some of these people, what they do on the web, you know?
Oh yeah,
You went,
I mean you got people
yeah.
catfishing. They catfish. They show pictures that are not their pictures. They'll have whole profiles. They be lying about how much money they make. Same shit, trying to be attractive to the opposite sex. Yeah, I'm making $1 million. You be like, really?
Yeah, exactly. They want to put up a front. They're not, just be yourself. Like how hard is that? But that's
Girl,
really
it's
hard for
hard.
some people. It's hard
I was.
because some people don't know how to do that. And trust me, I have been. Yeah, I already know that guy who
Hold on a second.
I
Hold on 1 second.
go
Okay,
ahead.
Alpha's coming up. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Alpha. Hey, welcome. I'm glad you came up.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me let Creative Solutions finish what she was saying, and then we'll see what you gotta say. Give me
All right,
one
cool.
second. Stay right there. Yeah, what were you saying, Creative, and then we'll go to Alpha.
Oh, I was gonna say, especially online, you don't know who these people are or what type of characters you're gonna run into. And I firsthand ran into, some estranged people who I thought, on camera they presented themselves as this, but
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes that wasn't the case. And I could tell that he has a problem being himself also. I swear, the person that you see on that camera is almost like an actor. And then when you see that person in real life, nothing. Not even a
So there's a different persona online versus
yes.
real life. Yeah, I could see that. Some people are not socially, you know, comfortable. I guess that's the word I could use. So it's kind of like Showtime action, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, that's the downside of dating on the internet and social media and dating apps. You don't know if what you see is what you actually going to get. You can't know. Yeah, you can't know. Okay, so Lucretia, let's hear what Alpha has to say. Hey, Alpha, welcome.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. I can hear you good. What's going on?
I
What's
live
your
in
thoughts?
I live in Southern California, about 5,000 feet up. So if you can't hear me, let me know. We got bad internet where I live at, but we got a lot of bears. So can't hear me? Let me know. I live in the
Will do. I
mountains.
will do. Will do.
All right, let me. I'm from the South, by the way. I'm from New Orleans, born and raised New Orleans. All right, and I moved to California about 10 years ago. And let me tell you what's going on online. And I see exactly what you're seeing and what the young ladies just talked about. What we got
Hmm.
online, when you talk about these leftover men and leftover women, essentially you are right. They are bitter and resentful about the dating and mating choices they made. And they are online spreading their bitterness and resentfulness to everybody else. That's what's called the black pill. That's what's going on in the black pill. But
Ah,
there's something more subtle going on. That's a more subtle situation going on that you guys may not understand. All right. I am
well,
in the
lay it
B.
down. Lay it down. We want to hear. Lay it down. What is it? Go
All right.
ahead.
Well,
You got it.
I am in the BDSM community. I am in the BDSM community. All right. I'm in that
Okay.
community. And in
Uh-huh.
that community, there's something called domination. Some people like to be dominated and humiliated. That is their kink. They get off on it. There are people who pay
Okay.
millions of dollars every year to dominatrix, high power men, men who make a lot of money, and they like to be dominated by a woman, sometimes financially. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. So what you're hearing online is a lot of men who are subconsciously, they're speaking out their kink. They're saying the silent thing online. They're not saying it loudly, but they're putting it online, and I can prove it. Here's real quick. Notice
Okay.
all these men and women are talking about what? Black women ain't this, black men ain't that. Yet when you ask them, why do you continue to go back to them?
Right.
You live in a time right now where we're not on plantations. There's no laws banning interracial dating. There's
Right.
no laws telling you that you can't leave this country and date whoever you want. You can find a black woman from Brazil, Mexico, Africa, anywhere. If you don't, I'm just saying, if you don't like American black women, you can date white women, Latino women, Asian women. If you don't like American black women, you got all these options of
Options.
dating women that's not American black women. But yet you come online and you complain about what? American black women. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's insanity.
It's not what they're doing, because when you ask them, well, why don't you leave them alone? Just ask them that question. Why don't you leave if American black women are so bad, so terrible, so awful? And I mean, I've seen movies, I've seen documentaries, I've seen all kinds of esoterics and reports and all kinds of stuff on American
Hmm.
black women. Some true, some not. But yet at the end of it, you ask them, well, since you know all this, you know all this
Right.
stuff about American black women, why do you continue to choose them? They never can answer that. They can never give you one answer on why they continue to choose it. And that's the quiet part that they're hiding. They continue to choose it because they like it. They love it.
Oh,
They get
they
off
love it.
on it.
They
They
like
get off
nasty
on it,
Keisha.
man.
They like nasty Keisha. They like it.
They love it. They love when y'all abuse them. They love when y'all call them dusty. They love when y'all put them down. That's what's going on. You get it?
I do. I can see it.
Don't you see it? Now every conversation you hear from this day forward, you're going to be smiling and saying, damn, that old crazy Albert, the first one, told me something. That's the secret part. Now, if you never been in the BDS community, you would not see this. I understand that. You would be called vanilla. You're vanilla. You're not in the community. You don't see this. But I'm
Well,
telling you,
Alpha. I have to inform you. I'm not vanilla. I'm not.
okay, well,
No,
you in
but
there.
my best friend used to do it, and I've been on dating sites, and I've had men ask me and be like, "What if I paid you money and you talk to me really bad, like my mother used to talk to me, to the
Mm.
point where I cry?" And I'm like,
Oh
"I'm not into
wow.
that." But, like, okay.
See, and that's what the black pill is about. That's the subtle secret message of the black pill. Now there are black pill men who are what you call bitter, resentful incels, meaning they just hate women and they hate the dating and mating process. There's no hope for those guys. But the men that are in the black pill that's saying, well, it's some kind of form of living or some kind of esoteric understanding. No,
Mm.
they are online expressing their BDSM kink for female domination and submission. They want to submit to these American black women. They want them to dominate them and ridicule them. They are just not being honest about it. That's what's going on. And the same thing for black women. Because notice, you got that black friend who's always messing with Alpha. Alpha treats her bad. Alpha dogs her out. Alpha ghosts her. But yet, what does she do? She keep going back to Alpha. She keep going back. And I'm not talking about any physical assaults or any physical harm to a person. I'm not talking about like batter wife syndrome or, battering. I'm talking
Right,
about
right.
Alpha ain't never beat this girl, never hit this woman ever. And she always saying Alpha treat her bad, but yet she keep going back. That's what's going on here. Do you get it? Don't. That's the big secret that no one's telling you. They like the domination, man. They like when you ridicule them. They get off on it.
You know
They
what?
love it.
I have to co-sign what you're saying. Now, creative, you know I done made my rounds around the manosphere, right? Creative, you know I made my
Yeah, you
rounds.
be everywhere.
Yeah. So let me tell you something, Alpha. I don't know if you know this about me, but when I first saw this whole Kevin Samuels thing, I started going around the manosphere, the black manosphere. And one thing about me is I'm known as a troll. I never was a troll, but I got a naturally smart mouth, and I do these insults. They're like sophisticated insults, layered insults, triple and double meaning insults. While I layer them into my conversations with these guys, and it's sometimes not until the end of the stream or maybe after the end of the stream they're like, wait a minute, she insulted, she said this, she said that, and then they all be riled up. Sometimes people in the chat, they saying, they're calling me out. Oh, that was an insult. I heard that. But it's so layered, and I do it so well that sometimes people don't really notice, especially if they don't know my personality. If you see me do it before, you recognize it. But
I'm saying what I'm
I
doing.
swear to God, let me tell you, Alpha, when I would pull up to the stream, the guys just go crazy. They go crazy when I start talking shit, and I don't cuss them out necessarily, but I say stuff like, yeah, y'all dick don't work. That's why y'all are in this situation. Next thing you know, the super chats are flying, the fucking feed is going crazy.
They
They all
finally
got
get a
something to
woman on the
say.
panel. That's what that is. They finally got a woman.
But not only a woman, but a woman who stands in opposition. And it is,
Hmm.
if you think about it, it is kind of a dominating thing. I'm here on y'all's platform to talk shit to you and layer insults from the beginning until till the end of this stream. That's just how I'm gonna do. And I swear to God, Alpha, it never fails. Nobody has ever just been like, we don't want you here. They invited me. And all
Hmm.
the men just go crazy and they keep inviting me. It's crazy. It's really
Yeah,
insane.
Some of them
when
they
I
be jerking off as soon as you
yeah,
start talking.
and she's
I'm
beat me to the
serious.
punch. What's going on here is if you notice my profile picture, this is me. I'm 6'6", 240, size 18 shoe. I'm a millennial. I'm an 80s baby. Okay,
Okay.
G.I. Joe, all that good stuff. All right. And
Hmm.
I date multiple women right now. I date multiple women. And I have no problem with it. You were talking about earlier that there's a difference between a leftover person and a single person. Technically,
Yeah.
I'm single because I'm not married to anybody and I don't have any babies I don't know about. Okay. I don't know about. All right.
Okay.
So,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not angry and bitter about dating because I like dating. I don't know. I'm just that's just how I am. I'm addicted to new women. I like new women. I guess you can
You
call it my
enjoying
thing.
yourself. You enjoying
Yeah,
singlehood.
I love it. I love dating. There's nothing like, excuse my language. There's nothing like new P. I'm gonna try to keep it PG-13. There's nothing like it. That's just me. All right, but I never grape anybody. I never assault anybody. And I never forced anybody ever.
Of course.
So
Right.
what's going on right now, and you guys should know this, in the BDSM community, there are three primary personalities. There's dominant, there's submissive, and there's switch. Meaning sometimes people will switch their personality to make the relationship work. But these guys online and women, that are complaining about the opposite gender, they are subs. They are submissive people, and they keep going back to the pain that they like. So when you come on those panels and you say, "Oh, you guys' dick don't work," they get off on that.
They do.
They get off on that. That is the I keep saying it. That's the domination that they're looking for. That's the kink. You get it?
I
They wear
do.
that. They wear that as a badge. It's the BDSM aspect. They wear that as a badge of honor. You understand what I'm saying? That's the kink. It's like when you see people putting people in chains and tying them up. Some people really get that's a highly erotic state for a lot of people. And a lot of
Abuse.
men,
They like abuse.
they like the abuse. And there's an
Yeah.
old statement down south. Now, there's a difference. Some of the men in the manosphere are venting legitimate criticism and legitimate frustration in terms of dating and mating, black community outcomes, things like that. That's not what I'm
Hmm.
talking about. I'm talking about these guys who do thousands of videos on the same thing, how bad black women is. You cannot tell me that you don't like the abuse, and every day your content is centered on how bad black women is. You like that abuse. They love it. You see what I'm saying? They get
I
off on it.
do. I do because I've said to them before, because I've had a lot of conversations with these guys, because I've been trying to make it make sense. And I try to be logical and reasonable. And I'm just like, hey, you guys, there's more than Keisha out here. Y'all understand there are black women from different social classes,
Bingo.
black women from different areas. You got
Bingo.
Southern women behave a certain way. You got California women. There's so much variety. The world is your oyster. You have the internet available. Like, why don't you stop dating the same thing? Because they say you do the same thing and you get the same results, then you're insane. That's all.
Bingo. Bingo.
But I swear to God, you are absolutely right. Every single stream is about that type of woman they say they hate, you
They
know,
love her.
and
They
and even
that woman can come into their life right now, and she can literally break them of all their money, all their jobs, because that's their kink. And there's an old saying down south. It's called, you can tell a man who has his nuts in the purse. Nuts
ooh,
in the purse. Have you ever heard that statement?
I have not. It sounds interesting.
Nuts in the purse. Cause I'm in Southern California. I met this sister. I think she was from Chicago. And I love Chicago people. Shout out to Chicago people. Them some of the realest people in the world, man. I love Chicago
They
people.
are. They are real. Yes.
I'm from New Orleans, you know? And I talked to this sister. I was on the job one day, and we had this supervisor guy. It was a white guy. And everybody didn't like this guy. They really just didn't like this guy, how he talked to people. You know, he really talked to people a certain way. And I didn't really pay no mind to it, because when I'm on the job, I'm trying to get paid and, go home and get laid. That's just how I am. So she she said something, and she was like, "I can't stand that MF, that motherfucker." And I was like, "Well, what's up?" I was like, "Why you paying no mind to him?" She was like, "Oh, well, he got his nuts in the purse. I can't stand those kind of men." And I said, "What? What do you mean by nuts in the purse?" And she said, "Oh, his nuts in the purse." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She said, "Well, when he go home, he got to put his nuts in the purse. He ain't running nothing in his house. I can tell." And I said, and that my mind exploded. I said, "Whoa, I had never heard that before." I was like, "Damn." And she said, and I said, "Are you making this up?" And she was like, "Oh no, this don't apply to you." She's like, "I could tell your nuts not in the purse. I can tell." She's like, "I know the men who got their nuts in the purse and the men who don't." And
You
I'm
know what's
telling you,
another term? What's another term for that? It's called pussy whipped.
yeah. Well, pussy whip can be a man that's doing too much for a woman. You know what I'm saying? Man, that he might not live with the woman, but he might be, spending too much money on her, or he trying to spend too much time with her. That's pussy whip. Nuts in the purse is a man who's living in the house with the woman, whether he cohabitating or married. And the woman literally, she's emasculating him inside the house. He doesn't run anything in the house.
You don't run nothing. Damn.
Nothing. Nothing. He comes home and gives her his wallet. She runs
Damn.
everything. He can't even ask her for pussy. He can't even do
Damn.
that. Yeah, he's completely emasculated. And so
I'm
when
sorry
he
for
comes,
laughing.
no,
Sorry.
it is funny. And believe it or not, you laughing is what they like. They're gonna play this, probably put it out and say this alpha guy ain't no good. But they getting off on it. They're gonna get off on this. So it don't bother me. But the reality is that kind of man, when he comes out of the house, that's the persona you was talking about earlier. How people online is being something they not in real. I'm the same dude. If you meet me right now in Southern California, I'm gonna be the same 6'6", size 18, 240-pound dude. I'm gonna talk the same way. That's why I use my profile pic. I got nothing to hide. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It is what it is. But these guys, they're online getting off. They're getting off their kink. They're getting it off. Some of them are venting online because they're emasculated at home. You
Well, see, the
understand what
guys
I'm
I'm talking about, a lot of the guys I'm talking about are some of them are almost to the point where you'd be like, "Are you an incel?" Because you talk so much about how you can't stand women, or you do that whole these type of women are better than you. And then my whole question has always been, and I even asked this one particular guy who runs a big group of guys like that in the manosphere. I asked him, I said, well, why don't y'all just decide that y'all gonna pick a race and pick a date and everybody just say we're done with black women, we don't need to talk about y'all no more, we're moving on, we're gonna go with these women in this culture. Why don't y'all just do that? Since black women are, you have 2,000 videos about how black women are so bad,
Yes.
with no exception across race, education, all of them. It's like a unicorn to see one that's not problematic. Culturally, that's how we are, and we can't escape it. So that was been my question to him. And do you know what he told me? He said, I've tried to tell these guys to get off the treadmill. He said, but at the end of the day, this is what they want. He told me that.
That's all, but that's what he wants.
And you
See,
know what?
that's
He talks about the matriarchy, and he talks about how black men are in a submissive state. He says all of the stuff that you're talking about.
you know what's
I,
funny is that I keep hearing guys say we live in a matriarchy or gynocracy or something like that.
right.
But then you listen to the women and what are they complaining about? We live in a patriarchy. We live in a patriarchy. I mean, it really does show the disconnect that both sides is having and they're failing to accept their dating and mating choices.
Yes.
That's number one. They don't want to accept their failure in dating and mating. Number two, you got the BDSM thing going on. A lot of them guys, they like that's their way of advertising that I'm ready for more abuse. I'm ready for you to come in and abuse me more. I'm gonna say the most outlandish things to you to draw you in and let you get off on me and say stuff about me. And you have the last guys where you say the incels. These are the guys that generally they really do hate women. I mean, they generally speaking, incel men, the reason why they hate women is because they're literally jealous of women. And this is some real deep shit. They're jealous of the position and the biological attention that women get in terms of society. What am I
But
saying? No
how,
matter how much we
oh,
say,
okay, but how do you tell the difference? Because when I see any man sign up to be on a series of manosphere anger channels, okay, we're not talking about constructive conversation. We're talking about regurgitating how many different ways we can't stand black women or Western women. And they're on a cycle from 9 o'clock in the morning, they go to this channel. And then during the middle of the day, they're on this channel. And in the evening, like they got a whole like TV guide, YouTube guide
Yes.
for
Yes. I
they
agree.
never miss a show. You see all of them in the chat. You see what I'm saying? Creative. They're on a cycle. So how do you alpha separate and creative too? How do you separate what is a true incel who or a bitter man who's been divorced and he's been took through the ringer, so he's now an incel and he's got a reason to be in his mind. How do you separate the incel from the man who likes to be abused? We'll call them sub men.
that's the
That's
correct
what.
term. But I want to hear what the young lady said. I want to hear what she's saying.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say that's hard to decipher But I think the one who just wants to be abused, he's actually dateable, but he will do things to piss you off, or he wants to get a
Mm.
reaction out of you. And then the other one don't even know how to treat women. The one who is an incel, who hates women, as Alpha said. The one who hates women doesn't know how to treat women, don't know how to conversate, don't know nothing but what these men be telling him online. And then some of them be like, but why she act like this? They don't understand that women are human beings, like that got emotions, that could think. So yeah, that's how I would decipher between the both of them.
Okay, so what is socially like unable, and then the other
Yeah,
one, he's going to date women, but he kind of sabotages it so he can get some abuse out of it.
yeah, he wants a reaction.
Mm,
Well,
interesting.
the way I spot it is real simple. Okay, a man that got his heart broken, right? Whether it be marriage or just generally dating and mating, right? He's technically not going to be an incel. Unfortunately, online right now, YouTube algorithm is pushing a lot of incel videos. Uh, women hit the wall. Uh,
Right, right.
women complaining about this. Men are avoiding women at the gym. Men are doing this. It's just pushing them. It's preying on their hurtful state. Meaning, yeah, everyone gets their heart broken. All right, it is what it is. But when you got the algorithm now pushing everybody talking about heartbreak, and they're trying to keep them in that mind frame, that that's not making them an incel, but it's making them develop a lot of bitterness and resentfulness towards dating and mating, and that spills over when they talk to women. So that's number one. And you can hear that with certain men because those kind of men, they haven't completely gave up on dating. They have not. They're just hurt. They're very defensive because they've been hurt. You see what I'm saying? They might have had a bad divorce. They might have to pay alimony to a woman who cheated on them. It
Hmm.
could be any, or they might have been friend zoned. They
Those
may have been
people are
friend zoned.
dangerous too. Hurt people are dangerous also.
Yes, yes. So with those
Absolutely.
men, and women, by the way, this applies to women too. With those men and women, they're a little easier to get back in the game because all you have to do is get them to turn off all those crazy videos, get offline for about a good 3 months, start walking around talking to people, and then they'll find out that they'll have to accept that everybody's had heartbreak and that everybody that they've been presented with online is not what they've been seeing online. A lot of that stuff is subconscious programming. It is what it is. So that's number one. Number two, we already talked about the sub man, the BDSM sub guy. Those are the guys who are doing hundreds of videos on the same topic. And
Right.
they get off on going back and forth with women. And this is the key. They call themselves Dusty. They call themselves, you understand what I'm saying? They call themselves those things because they like if black women today started saying all these I don't know, yellow dudes. Then next week they'll have a profile saying, I'm a yellow dude. I guess I'm a yellow dude. See what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. You are really on something I hadn't even thought about because this same group that I have been talking to, and they like my abuse. They love it. Um, Collectively, they love it. And I've been trying to figure it out. But when I try to speak life into them, and I be like, no, y'all are black men. You can do anything. I know other brothers who can win. You guys got a network. I be talking positive shit. They hate to hear any of that.
No,
They
you
Mm-hmm.
hate
trolling.
it.
You
Yeah.
trolling.
Hey, what's
We
up, Bronzeberg? Welcome, welcome. What's up?
So
Oh,
What's
what
your
up,
thoughts on
so
Bronsberg?
Bronzeberg?
yeah, I'm an incel, and so
Oh God,
yeah,
here he go.
life just hit me in the ass. So I was like, I got rejected by this one woman, And I was like, damn, I was trying to give him a chance. And then I was trying to be on this pro-black shit. So I said, you know what? Let me give me a dark-skinned woman because maybe a dark-skinned woman understands my pain. But then I sat up there and I said, maybe if I get a mixed chick, maybe a mixed chick will understand my pain. And so when I got with the mixed chick, the dark-skinned chick got mad because I was with the mixed chick. And she said that I like white supremacy. So I was like, damn.
Oh,
So
wow.
when I tried to talk to the dark-skinned chick giving me shit. And she trying to friend zone me. So I was like, oh, fuck yourself, bitch. And then when I got with the mixed chick,
Oh, wow.
mixed chick was just like, you know, she thought that I was trying to date her on some fetishization shit. So I just like, yo, fuck it. It rocks out to be an incel because being an incel means I have leverage and I'm able to move around in my life and do whatever the fuck I want to do, you know. And it's pretty sad because I came to YouTube and I would see people like Creative Solutions, for example, who would sit up there and complain about the manosphere. So that broke my heart. And that broke my heart when she started talking shit about Red Pill. And I said, fuck this shit. And so I'm really angry and I'm upset. So when Valentine's Day comes in 2026, I'm just going to be watching YouTube and wishing that Jessica. Facts.
Well, Brownsburg, he gave a good analogy of the resentful, bitter man. That's the resentful, bitter man. A lot of bitterness and resentfulness. And now the incel, the true incel, is going to be two kind of men, really three, but two kind of men. It might be a man who has not been diagnosed with autism, and you'll know him when you see him.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, you'll know them when you see them. They have a mild case or even extreme case of autism, and no one, and you know that's one of the problems in the black community is undiagnosed mental health. We got a lot of that going on, a lot of trauma, and we haven't been diagnosed. And I'm not the one pushing people to take psychotic drugs or nothing like that, but at a bare minimum, we should be getting counseling or talking to a pastor or something. So we got that kind of incel, and we have the nice guy incel. What is the true nice guy incel? The true nice guy incel really does believe in the Disney story, the Disney story of dating and mating. What am I saying?
Wow.
You ever seen that movie called Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Remember that movie?
I haven't seen that. I haven't. Maybe they have.
Yep. You ever seen that cartoon Alpha and Omega about the wolves?
You asking the wrong person as far as I'm concerned. I don't watch TV that much.
Well, I got nieces and nephews, and you know, I've had the pleasure of babysitting and watching these shows with them, but it's the Disney story, meaning the loser guy somehow he convinced the pretty girl of choosing him. That's the real incel guy.
Ah, yeah. I hear they got like their own language and they be talking about chads and all kind of weird
they
shit.
are jealous and envy of Chad and Tyrone. They are jealous of them.
I'm not jealous and envious of Chad. I just think that Chad gets too much attention, and I'm out here busting my ass and being Mr. Nice Guy, and this is the thanks I get. Fuck you, motherfuckers, yo. Why couldn't I get attention? Why did that Chad? Because he's 6'2" and sit up there going around with his little nice ass for cologne gets all the fucking attention. Fuck him. No,
his cologne. His cologne.
Yeah.
Anything.
Chad. And you seen the Chad, he flosses that he's the 666 man, as Kevin Samuels would say. You know, I don't get it with you people, man. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. You understand? I put in a lot of work into these relationships and this motherfucking bingo and shit. You know what I'm saying? I try to give Creative Solutions a fucking compliment and she fucking rejected me. What an ass.
She did. I remember. I remember.
Yes. Creative Solutions, you big asshole. This is why people sit up there and say incel. You dipshit. Yeah,
shout out to Brownsburg.
I'm
Alpha, do you know
Brownsburg? Incel. He was on.
Yeah, I know Brownsburg.
Okay, so you know how you get down. Okay, cool.
I'm proud of being an incel. You understand that? I was hit with the reality and dosage of Red Pill directly in my diet of emotions, and I'm proud of that shit. I graduated from Red Pill to Black Pill. Do you understand that?
Oh, shit.
I'm living my life free. When I go on the streets, I look at these women, I be like, you guys are so terrible and miserable. Y'all sitting up there taking selfies for male validation. And we know
Oh
Wow.
wow.
that's how pathetic this
Wow.
world is.
Are you
That's
doing
it.
SBE? Are you doing SBE right now? Is that SBE out here coming out of your mouth?
SBE all day. When I
Oh
do
Yes.
Lord.
SBE is for real. Because I'm so tired about how these women of today don't want to be submissive, don't want to sit up there.
Oh.
We're gonna take the good word of Anton Daniels, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna sit up there and hear Anton Daniels' speech, and it's like golden motherfucking melodies in my ear. I don't understand what's wrong with y'all. I fell in love with
Creative
Chantel
solution.
Simone. I fell in love
Oh
with
Lord, don't
Chantel
start.
Simone.
Don't start.
Yeah,
Don't start with that
yeah,
one.
May
Don't
didn't like
start.
that. May didn't like that shit. I fell in love with Chantel Simone. The way she ate that mango in that hut, I was in love. You understand that?
And you know she said she'll never be married. She said she never want to marry. You see
That's
how you
why I
set
said she
yourself
give me
up?
my concubine. That's why I
Cause
said she give me my
she want
concubine.
money. She gonna
Creative,
disrespect black
creative,
women and get money.
creative. You disrespect black men. All right, we compliment you, Nubian queen, and you sit up there coming through with your little nice ass little Halloween costume, and then you shit on niggas online. What say you? What say you,
Hey,
creative?
let me say this. Let me
Fuck
say
that shit.
this for what Brownsburg is saying. I'm glad he said it. There's another thing going on, and this is called a mating strategy. This is a mating strategy. Submissive people, women and men and women who are subs, they like to use shame and insult to try to get a person to choose them. Moral guilt. Well, you should
What?
date. Yes, that's a mating strategy. Absolutely, that's a mating strategy. Oh
What?
yeah,
What do you
you
mean?
should pick me because this is for the greater good of the pro-black queen mother sister.
What?
So now I'm trying to shame and guilt you into choosing me based on some kind of esoteric metaphysical higher cause.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Mating
I'm not,
strategy.
no, it's not mating strategy. I'm just saying what's real and what's from the heart. I just think that at the end of the day, when you have people online that do not appreciate the red pill content, such as May and Creative Solutions, that's where we lose as black people. We need to hear
That's
this
it.
shit. Where's our cries as black men, huh? Where's our
Black
cries?
people.
When I sat there and I did all those fucking videos, you think I got love for that shit? I sat there and minded my business. When I wanted to support May the Alchemist, she showed love, but you know who didn't show love? Creative Solutions 7.0. Huh?
Shame and
Mrs.
guilt.
Queen Sunkiss didn't show
That's
love.
it.
Not
So I'm
not
just sitting
7.0.
here.
Not
Yeah,
7.0.
7.0. Fuck that shit. It's actually 1.0. So I don't even understand why she has that in her name. That's bullshit. You understand? Why she had to be, why she
And
muted? Why she don't speak up now? Why don't she speak up now? Why don't she sit up there and say that she can disguises motherfuckers in the red pill community? Huh? Why she don't speak?
now, what
No
Brownsburg is
alpha,
doing.
no alpha, no alpha. I want to know. I'm here right now on this panel at 8:05 p.m. October 29th, Wednesday. Okay. I want to know what's the reason, Creative Solutions? Why'd you change your mind on Black Pink content?
So
Oh
he's
my God,
illustrating. He's
Brownsburg.
illustrating
It's not
right
gonna
now.
work. I know, it ain't gonna work. I don't feel bad for you.
What you mean you don't feel bad for me?
I laugh.
What?
Oh no.
You think this is funny?
And she went back on mute.
Yeah, she went back on mute. You know what I mean? And this is why men of the red pill community go back into their corner and say, fuck this shit. Because when you say something nice to a woman like this, she sits up there and shits on you for it. The fuck?
Let me say this. I want to say this because I got to roll in a
Asshole.
few. Let me say I got to roll in a few, but let me say this. I don't hate on the manosphere, black, white, brown, whatever color they are. I think the manosphere is a good cause because yes, there are some laws and situations in society that have been a bad deal for men of all colors. So let me say that off the
Right.
top. Number two, I don't disagree with the premise of the red pill, meaning what? Understand female nature so you don't get a bad deal. It is what, and for women, be understands man's nature so you don't
Yeah.
get a bad deal. Both sides should understand dating and mating dynamics in terms of how people date and mate. I mean, I just talked about a mating strategy using shame and guilt to try to get someone to choose you. That is a mating strategy. That's a something that people should be understanding. And number three, uh, what Brownsburg is doing is a good example of the man who has heard all this information and he's applying it in the wrong way, meaning he's
What?
acting out, venting out, you know, going at somebody and then that's the whole BDSM kink of it all.
What the
Meaning,
fuck, man?
some people get off on just saying stuff. You get it? That's the
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm not saying nothing wrong here. I'm telling the truth.
No, you illustrating everything that he's been talking
No,
about. It's great. It's
no,
perfect. No, it's perfect.
no, I'm not saying it the wrong way. That's what I mean. You're trying to just dismiss my feelings and the stuff that I really feel on the inside. That's not wrong. That's right. See, y'all don't understand Red Pill if it was to save y'all asses one by one. This is the reason why I encourage y'all to watch more Red Pill content, especially Pick Me.
Oh wow.
No set
Pick
the
Me.
standard to that shit. No set
Oh,
the
wow.
standards for that shit. When they was doing content, Melanie King, okay, Reva TV, Chantel Simone, and the
Oh
infamous
God.
Jessica X, Melody Speaks. You know who didn't appreciate that shit? A lot of you women, especially you women that's married, y'all didn't appreciate that
Oh, because we know it's bullshit. We're in relationships.
When the Godfather Kevin Samuels was here,
Oh
rest in
Lord, not
peace,
say
and he
Kevin.
put on those kitten heels. Y'all didn't appreciate shit he fucking said.
Okay,
Y'all didn't appreciate a motherfucking thing he said, man. He
you're
told the
right.
truth.
We
Old women,
guilty.
you
We're
average
guilty.
at best. Get over
Oh
it. You understand?
no, you
Well,
didn't.
I got a roll,
Alpha,
May. Do you have
Average
any other
at
questions?
best.
You got any other
Alpha,
questions for me? I got a roll.
Alpha, I do have. I just want to share a real quick story with you. I had to call this guy out exactly for the BDSM stuff that you're talking about. His name is No Cupcake Zone. His name is No Cupcake Zone. I don't know if you've ever seen him, but he does have a channel, and
That's my nigga right there.
he gets drunk. He gets really, really drunk all the time on the internet. And I think he likes to get drunk because the black women, he goes to black women's channels that are like BWE and angry women, and he gets on the panels and he proceeds to like say stupid stuff he knows will trigger them. And then they all collectively cuss him out. I mean, he'll spend like an hour and a half and he'll say stupid stuff. And you think he's authentic. And so I wasn't on the BWE channel, but I was on the Passport Bros channel, Peso Man, okay? And he would pull up there and he would always like say stuff to me directly because I'm a troll and I do like, multi-layered insults. And he would always be like something, something May. And so when he first started saying stuff, I would go at him and I'd be like, that's why you were drunk. You laid over on a mattress and something, 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 playful with it. But I was insulting the guy. And it seemed like every single time he would see me in the chat or on the panel, he would come for me and say stuff to me for me to insult him. And it finally dawned on me one day because he keeps being so consistent. I told him one day, I said, you know what? You are doing this on purpose. You actually want me to cuss you out. You like me to go in on you. And I told him, I said, from this point forward, I'm not going to do it anymore because you're getting pleasure out of it. So I've experienced that. Yeah.
And look,
Yeah.
and this is not just happening in the black manosphere or brown. This is happening in the white. If you think I'm lying, you can look at that really popular podcast called Whatever. On that Whatever
Mm.
podcast, they essentially do the same stuff. And a lot of the women have asked those women, why do you go on that podcast? Why do you go on that pod? And it's a funny podcast. Don't get me wrong. It's funny. It's some hilarious shit. I mean, it'll make you laugh. But a lot of the women who don't like that podcast, they've asked those women, why do you go on that podcast? They all, they're gonna ridicule you, make fun of you, say all kind of crazy shit. Why do you do it? And those girls told the truth. They said, oh, when I go on this podcast, my OnlyFans membership goes up.
Yep.
Now, how is it that these guys are on these podcasts shaming these women, yelling at these women, ridiculing these women, making all kind of jokes and memes and all this stuff, but yet those girls' OnlyFans is going up? That's the whole missing piece, the BDSM element. They are getting off on this stuff. It's a kink. It's a hidden sudden kink that nobody's talking about. And I see it. I'm like,
Interesting.
Well, so you
they
think
get
I get
off
off?
on it.
You think I get off by yelling at women online?
Yeah. Yeah. I think they do. And I think they
what
like
kind of
being
interview
yelled
is
at.
this? What kind of interview is this, man? You serious?
No, it's true. So, no, it's true. You think of, okay, he's got to go in a second because he said he was on his way. But what he was talking about earlier is that people keep doing the same thing and getting the same results, and it's because it's a pleasure. People actually like it. Think about it, Bronzeberg. Think about it. Nobody does something over and over and over, and it don't get tired. It don't get old. They
Bingo.
like it. They
Bingo.
like it.
And I'll end it on this. You cannot, and this is psychology classes tell you this. Some things are, Sigmund Freud talked about this. Some things people, and Sigmund Freud was crazy. I don't co-sign all the shit he was doing because he was a crazy SOB.
Yeah.
But Sigmund Freud talked about a lot of subconscious things that people do in dating and mating, sexual eroticism. And sometimes people are acting out and they're not getting that fulfillment they really want it. So a lot of these men online, they're coming online and they're literally acting out their kink. So when you see all these memes about them calling themselves Dusty and they all go wild when you show up, May, you're their dominatrix. You're showing up to abuse them. They might even strip down naked. You never know. I mean, they might be sitting in
Ooh
the
wee.
chair. Oh yeah, and that's it. That is their. You never know. You might be kind of helping them out if you didn't know this. So
Ah
I'm just
shit. I
saying.
hadn't thought about that part. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave on this note. But that's the whole thing I want to talk about. Is it's impossible for a person to keep doing something that they say they don't want when they have all the freedom to not do it. That's impossible. You see what I'm saying? That's
Hell
insane.
yeah.
You
Hell
don't
yeah.
want to. You don't want to do something, and no one's forcing you to do it, and you don't have anyone telling you to do it, but you choosing to do it.
Cause you love
Boy,
that
man,
shit. You love that shit.
you want it. You want it. I got to roll.
Right.
Hey, shout out to you, Bronzeberg. Shout out to you, folks. Got to roll, y'all. Peace out.
Appreciate you, Alpha. Thank you so much for that insight. Very interesting.
I don't
Now, Bronzeberg, me and Creative need to interview you.
interview me. I'm
Yeah.
going to be interviewed by this suspect individual by the name of Creative Solution 7.0. She has a lot of explaining to do, and I'm so tired of her shit. But interview me about what?
Well, I have one question. The dude was just saying, Alpha was just saying that men go to OnlyFans, even though they say those women are sluts and stuff like that. I'm just curious. Have you ever? I haven't been on OnlyFans yet to even preview what it is and what's going on in there. But have you seen it or have you been there?
No.
Oh,
This
okay.
dude's going to OnlyFans to beat off.
Is that the only thing they got over there?
I mean, look, listen, those women that's sitting up there being topless or showing their boobs, their ass, their vagina, all that other stuff at OnlyFans. What you think a man is going to do like that and you pay the subscription? He's going to beat off. I'm good. I don't want to do that.
I
don't
know
think
Big
that
J
they're
said
worthy.
one time that he had a damn OnlyFans, and I was like, what?
What?
Because he don't even
Whoa,
show it.
what?
Yeah, Big J told his crowd that he had created, he's not on it, but he had created an OnlyFans profile page or whatever. And he was saying that people have vanilla stuff, stuff that's not kinky on there. But he don't even come on platforms for, pictures. So I don't
No,
know
yeah,
what he
that's
was.
true. People got sewing classes. OnlyFans could be anything. You don't have to do sexual content to be on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans is sexual content.
That's what you're thinking about, Bronzeberg.
Excuse me?
I think that's what you're thinking about. You're thinking of it sexual, but they say a lot of people don't do sexual stuff on there. I don't know because I ain't been, but that's what they say.
Sexual content.
You a mess. So, Creator, what do you think about this Bronzeberg character? What do you think about him?
What?
I'm asking some. I interviewed you a question, and
I don't know. I think Brownsburg is just Brownsburg, I saw
Just
how
a
you
wild
went
bird.
off on that. Why did you go off on that girl on Auntie's platform?
Oh, you talking about what's her name? Flora?
Yeah.
She deserved it. Flora was talking shit, and I had to check her. She's randomly sitting up there talking about you want to suck Simon's dick. So my thing about it is, I didn't say anything to her for a minute. I was quiet, and she just started chiming in, talking about, oh, you wanna suck Simon's dick? Go ahead, suck his dick. So that's when I went off for her because I had to let her know, stop disrespecting me. You feel me?
Now, is this the Flora that JP
Yep.
guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the reason I went off her. Otherwise, not I would not have a reason to go off on Flora. I kept shit to myself, but then she started her bullshit, and she likes being sneaky. So I was like, all right, you want to be sneaky and start talking shit? I'm gonna start talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
So were y'all trading blows, or was it one directional, or how did
It
that
was
work out?
one. It was one directional because I was literally on there. Technically, I was trolling Simon, but I was making a good point because anytime we see each other on panel, we just don't get along with each other because I think he's a
Oh,
bozo, right? So I'm on there and he's arguing back and forth with Kills. So I chimed in and I was just like, yeah, Simon, you got a dirty ass house. You dirty. You a simp. You sitting up there simping for chicks in America and you in the UK, you William ass nigga. Ah. And then all of a sudden, Flora comes out of nowhere and starts saying, you want to suck Simon's dick. You want to suck his dick. You want to suck his dick. So I was like, all right, what you not going to do is you're not going to disrespect me. That's what you're not going to do. And so I had to go off. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. And I was like, don't come at me about me being this way and that way when your whole entire shit is on YouTube. You goofy bitch. And that's what I had to do.
did you bring up the EBT and stuff, or no?
I brought up she's a dirty bitch. And I thought I was really mean spirited. I went to go sit up there talking about how she's a tether infiltrating in the Black American people's business. And
Oh
said how
wow,
she got an African wig and she lives in Boston.
not an African wig.
Yeah, African wig. She has shitty
How is
African
she a
Wi-Fi.
tether?
Fuck
How
her.
is she a tether when she grew up here? I'm confused.
She's a tether. She ain't no fucking Black American. Come on, Creative Solutions. Pay attention. You from New York. You understand how this goes.
But how is she not? I don't know. I don't know her background.
She's African.
Hey,
Did
what's
you
up,
pay
Big
attention,
J?
Creative? What up, Big J? Did you pay attention, Creative? No, right? Is that because you plugged into your 7.0 nonsense?
What do
Yeah,
you mean?
Creative, how did you get to 7.0?
What do you mean?
How-
That's me. That's my channel name. What's wrong with 7.0?
Why is it 7? Why is it not just Creative Solutions? Why is it 7.0 now?
Because I just wanted it to be 7.0. You
What's
can't
so
divide
special?
7 evenly. 7
Oh,
cannot be
okay.
divided evenly.
So it's mathematics.
Yeah, it's infinity. Yeah, you can't divide it at all. That's why I got it.
I like the lingo on that.
Okay. So I think there's some truth to that. That BDSM shit he was saying is kind of true. Because I have abused some of these men verbally, slick, but they like it. They really
No,
like
you
it.
didn't, May. No, you didn't, May.
I didn't what? I didn't abuse them?
No,
No, it's true. And
so
listen, well, I'll tell you, I got a confession. I got a confession to make.
mhm.
There's a what dude was saying is kind of true that people act out some of their fetishes. So I'm gonna just be honest. Like I got a fetish for like older men and getting in trouble. So I think that's probably why I be harassing BGS because I really want to trigger him. No, I do. I want to trigger him to yell at me. And when he
Look,
goes the fuck off, I get really like, yeah, yeah.
I,
I'm just being
I'm not
honest.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm I was trolling him this whole entire time. Obviously, y'all know I was trolling. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie. He is right about certain fetishes that happen because I like being yelled at by certain women, and I like when women get mad.
Uh-oh.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie though. You know how many panels I've been on? I heard a woman would sit up there and start yelling, "Shut the fuck up, Brownsburg," and I just be sitting up there and say, "That shit turns me on mentally.
Right.
That shit turns me on." I'm not gonna lie. Now that shit that happened with Flora, no, I was just really annoyed. I was just like,
No,
you're
I
just
got
a
you.
fucking
Yeah.
bitch." And you know what I'm saying? That shit didn't get to me. But what I'm saying is, be certain women that just start yelling, they start crashing out. They said, "Fuck Brownsburg." I'd be like, "Yes, yell at me again. I want you to yell at me." Yo, I was just on a conversation with somebody, right? This girl, right? And she just started going off and passionate about topics. And I'm like, fuck what you talking about. I just want to hear you get passionate as shit. I was out somewhere, right? And there was this
Uh-huh.
employee that was sitting up there trying to tell these people to sit down in their seats. And I was just sitting up there looking. I'm like, yo, I love the fact of the matter she's angry right now. That shit turns me on, man. I like that
Interesting.
shit. It's mental. It's a mental thing. I don't know what stimulates me when I see women get mad. Certain things. It just be like, yes, I want to drop. Let's say I'm at somebody's house, right? Some woman's house. Let's say I'm at Creative Solutions house, and she cooks
Oh,
something, right? I want to spill a fucking plate of something on there to see how she reacts, right? Start yelling at me. Say, yell at me again. I love that shit. Yo,
wow.
hey May,
Interesting.
hey May, you remember the what's that show that used to be on Concrete Rose and Sister George when they used to do their
Yeah,
panels every weekend?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was trolling this shit out of I was trolling this shit out of what's her name? Concrete Rose. Because I wanted to see if she was gonna get mad and she was gonna go off, and she did. I was like, yell at me again so I can understand what you said.
Nah, the one you want to yell at and go off is Sister George. That's the one. Concrete
Nah,
Rose, she too cool. That's a real challenge. She don't lose
she
her
went
cool.
off. Nah, she went
Oh,
off
she
a couple of
did?
times. Like
Oh, wow.
3 times she went off, right? She didn't
I
really
didn't
she
know.
didn't really go off at me because I just was trying to fuck with her, right? But she went off at like 2 people, and it was funny. I just was sitting up there like, yes.
And
But
you know
yeah,
what? Maybe that's true. Maybe anger, it kind of is. It's either stimulating because it don't have to be like sexual, right? But it could be a stimulant. Because I mean, I admit, like Big J is here, but I get a lot of pleasure out of hearing him just fussing, like stimulation, not necessarily sexual turn on, but just hearing him holler and talk shit. I don't know. I think all of us get stimulated, in a certain way.
when Big
Just
J
hearing
says,
somebody go the fuck off, huh?
when Big J sits up there saying, "You milk toast ass
Milk,
nigga,"
you milk toast. Yes, that part.
yo, Big J be saying some shit that'll make you laugh sometimes.
Right.
I be laughing
It's a
my
certain.
ass off.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get. What is the word? What's that? When you get when you laugh, you get a certain uh endorphins, right? You get
Yeah,
endorphins. That's why I
yeah.
said stimulant. And when he started going off, that shit be hilarious. The other thing he said is mighty fuck or some shit like that. Shut the mighty fuck up. He cussed out. He cussed out Silent one time. He cussed Silent ass the fuck out. It was so bad, man. I listened to that shit all week long, over and over. I just rewind back, go right to
Yeah.
that spot. He said, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up when I'm talking." I mean, he went the fuck off. I kept rewinding that shit over and over. I mean, I laughed my ass the fuck off that week. It was hilarious.
Oh
I think I
man.
turned it into a short, but that was my old channel that got deleted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should be funny as hell. Like, you
Fuck
know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's true. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It is. It's not like I get horny off of seeing that happen. It just turns me on for some reason. It just does. When I
Well,
see
you a
certain,
troll. You a troll. You a troll. So that's part
yes,
of it.
and that's when that gets me, that gets off too, right? So if I troll someone effectively, right, especially if it's a woman, and I troll the shit out of her by being disrespectful or trying to be condescending, and she's like, "Yo, Brosberg, shut the fuck up!" I just be sitting up there like, "Yes,
Yes, yes.
yell at me again,
Good.
yell at me again, yell at me again."
Right.
I
Absolutely.
love that shit.
See that that's the troll nature. That's the troll. We get off on people getting the fuck mad. We get off on that
Yes,
shit.
I get
And I've
off
done
on
that
that. That
before.
shit
I've
is
made.
funny.
I've made. I ain't gonna lie. I have a couple of streams I have made a particular person holler at me, and I listen to that shit over and over and just crack up, and I'd be so satisfied with myself.
That's what I say when I went on trolling missions. I would dead ass do that. I'd be doing trolling missions. I was like, how I'm gonna get this motherfucker, this motherfucker, this motherfucker. And then when I successfully just did my trolling missions, I was like, yes. I'm still
Hell
gonna
yeah.
say it. I had one great trolling mission that I effectively did, yo. I'm telling you. You wanna know who it was?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Who is it?
Alex Brandon.
Oh no.
Trolled the fuck out that motherfucker.
Ah,
Dumbass nigga. This nigga, because I was tired of him sitting up there talking all this, anti-blackness shit. So I went on there and I
right.
wanted to see who I can get. I wanted to expose him and see if he was going to run behind somebody. He ran behind an Asian dude when I was on a panel. I'm like, all right. And then you had the black girls that was like, you don't understand white supremacy and how you contribute. Da-da-da. And I'm like, yo, all I got to say is like, why you mad? And she started getting angry. And you talk about me sitting up there feeling that shit, as in I got off to that. As in, like, not literally, but I'm saying like it actually was stimulating. That was great because it was at least 2 or 3
Wow.
black women, young black women, that got up, tried to sit up there and try to chew me up, and I was just like, yo, I don't care about nothing you saying right now. They was
Total
like,
satisfaction.
what? I'm like, you don't understand how satisfied I am by you sitting up there yelling and explaining shit that I don't give a fuck about.
But you know what? I think most people they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Most people they so busy trying to be offended for real, they don't get it. I don't hear insults. That's the thing. No matter what somebody says, to me in response, like I never take it personal. I don't take it serious. I feel
That's
like that's
rightly
the
so.
payoff. That's my payoff. That's you get a paycheck. That's my
Mhm.
paycheck. How
That's
could
my
I be
paycheck.
offended? Right, that's my
Exactly.
paycheck.
Yeah, so that's why I'd be like, yeah, that's how I knew you. That's how I knew you was troll gang for real, man. You didn't have to tell me. I observed your behavior, and I was like, yo, part troll gang, son. You know what it is, especially when we went on BGS, and I was in the comment. I was like, yo, we doing the work. We,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you was in there going on. I was like, hell yeah. Bronsberg got the chat. I got the panel. Yep.
he was like, somebody was in there. Was like, yo, I'll meet up with you in the Bronx, boy. I'll come to your hood. I'm like, you got that mad that you trying to invite me out to fight, bro? It's just an avatar.
Yeah, man. These
Why
folks
you
be
upset?
serious.
We supposed to be serious. You know what I'm saying? It's not even that serious. But that's what I'm saying. But I mean, I don't give a shit about all that red pill shit. I think if anything, I might have wanted to do a video sitting up there talking about how is red pill and manosphere shit dead. I gotta think about doing that video because I mean it's something to talk about. Do these men really take these kids, these Gen Z kids, are they really taking this shit seriously? It seems like some of them are.
Some are. And I could see what dude is saying because like it don't really make sense for people to keep running back into the beast of what they say they hate. It doesn't make any logical sense. So I could see there being some kind of fetish. Like I just need to be a victim. I need to be in pain. I like reliving this every day. I could totally see that as viable. It makes logical sense because like if I feel like I really, really hated black men, I don't think I would talk about black men. I wouldn't date black men. I would stay away from black men. They would be the furthest thing from my mind. And being realistic. If I really had an aversion to black men. And I think the
Yeah.
same thing. Black men, if they really felt like black women were so this and so that, they would not be doing streams, talking about them, thinking about them, obsessing about them, having whole channels dedicated to them. You know, what do you call it? Uh, collectively crying together on
Coping.
a schedule. They wouldn't be doing all of that. Okay,
Like,
hold on. Somebody else is.
oh yeah.
Oh, that's creator. She's coming back.
Well,
Yeah, so
say
it only makes logical sense.
when you have to have a 9 and 10 hour panel on a Friday night and everything is about what women did and women that I say you need to get your life in order. That's literally a virtual circle jerk, son. I'm outside, yo. I can't be doing that. I can't. Like, I don't get
Right.
me wrong. I make my content about men. I do. But the thing about it is, you got to be sitting on a panel with a bunch of dudes on a Friday night and talking about women did this and women did that. I said, nah, I'm outside, son. I go to too many events to give a fuck about what you dudes is talking on panels, yo. Nah,
They be
son.
on a schedule though, Bronze. They be on a full time fucking
That
schedule.
ass, that ass be on a schedule. I'd be like, y'all niggas is weird, yo. Y'all don't, y'all like, yo, do y'all like what? How old are they too? Ain't they like in their 40s and 50s, son?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
you in your 40s and 50s bitching about women, son. You could be getting pussy right now. Like, what are you doing, man? I'm
yeah.
saying you could be dating, you could be going outside getting a number. Instead, your black ass is on YouTube on StreamYard for 10 hours talking about what women
Look,
did.
telling that same divorce story, that same breakup story you done told to the same dudes 40 times. Telling the
Yeah.
same fucking story. That shit is crazy. I used to listen to like Art Newstall and listen to them crying together. I just be like, wow, this dude Alpha really helped me think about shit differently because I do see the fetish now. I see the crying together fetish. I see all of that shit because I ain't been able to make no sense of it.
Mm,
None. And I keep
mm.
telling BGS, I'm like, BGS, don't you want to heal these dudes? And he's like, I am a healer. He,
How
yeah,
you
a
how
little.
you healing? How the
He
fuck you
bringing them what
healing?
they want because he's
Yeah.
bringing them what they want, which is that more he's feeding them pain. I kept telling him, I said, hey, dude, you feeding them pain. They reliving shit. You recycling it. Don't you see? And he's like, I'm a healer. I'm like, no, you're not. And so we've been going back and forth. So this kind of, it makes me think, I think there's a couple of them that's really crazy. But I tell you who I had my best troll with was guess who? Guess who I had my best troll? And I have been chasing that high so fucking long. Do you know who it is?
No.
He screams while he's driving.
BGS.
Oh,
Oh, I know who you're
no,
talking
no,
about.
no. Edward.
Edward.
Edward. Edward.
Yes.
Damn.
That
That
was
guy's
my
annoying.
best. That was
Maybe,
my best troll
Was he still
ever.
maybe,
I,
streaming?
yeah, he's
maybe.
still streaming. He's still streaming. He's still crying the same cry. He likes getting in his car. That gets his adrenaline going. He likes getting in his car and screaming about black women and running over small animals and shit while he's he
Yo,
likes that shit. But man, I got the highest troll high I ever had off of Edward Anderson. So I'll give y'all the brief version. And I've been chasing it how they say, like when you take crack the first time, that you get so high and it's so good. And then like every high you've been chasing after that never meets the same threshold. That's how I feel about Edward Anderson online. He is my best troll in life so far. And
mm,
I had a chance about 2 weeks ago. He actually popped up on BGS's panel, and then I come running behind him, pop up on his channel, and I was like, Edward, can I talk to you? And BGS was like, No, May, you cannot talk to him. And I was like, but BGS, and I just kept trying. He wouldn't let me at him. He knew what I was gonna do. I was gonna set dude off. He knew what
that's
I was
right.
gonna do.
That's right, man. I'm telling you, troll gang is life. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
man,
No,
Creative
why? Because
Solutions.
he takes stuff personal. That's why.
Yo,
it's real
Creative
serious.
Solutions. I got a question.
Yeah.
That cheetah outfit that you wore for Halloween, are you wearing that for Halloween again, or you being something different?
No, I'm doing that again.
That's what you wear for Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice look on you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I was gonna say I spent $50 for that costume. I'm getting every penny of it.
Let it be $49.99.
No, it was 50.
Yeah.
But I was
Cool.
gonna ask May. I was supposed to do Auntie's panel,
No, the
Oh,
fuck you not.
but
You
I'm going
serious?
to a party. I'm going to a party, so I don't know if I'm supposed to be a guest judge. I
Why
don't
the
know if I
fuck?
can show up.
Wait. Hold the fuck up. I'm sorry. Did you just say that you're supposed to be a guest judge for Auntie's The Purge?
Yeah,
what?
What? Really?
but I'm about to
Holy
ask
shit.
May if she could do it because I can't.
No, girl, that ain't my lane.
I'm no
Mm-mm.
longer. I retired from The Purge.
You
I
retire? You
keep.
don't want to do it?
Nah, I retired like 2 years ago. Like I'm not in it no more. Like I'll peek in and watch. I ain't gonna lie about that.
I'm
I'll
going
peek
to a
in.
party. That's why I can't do it. I'm going to a Halloween party or like
Yeah,
a thing party.
yeah. So I don't know. So I mean,
But you no creative. You can reschedule because I think the purge doesn't it last like a whole 48 hours or
no,
some shit.
no. It's only supposed to be an hour. It's also supposed to be 24 hours. At the end of the year is 48 hours. He said it.
Oh,
Auntie
But
said
he
that.
said that he said
What?
he's gonna do like a Halloween party and then he's gonna start. So I'm thinking he's gonna start around like 1:30 my time. So that's around like what, like 12:30 on the East Coast or 11 on the
Mhm.
East Coast.
Well, you on the West Coast, right? So you said like what you said that would be like what 11 and 12 your time.
Yeah. No,
So wait,
like
what
1
time?
a.m.
1 a.m. So that would
Yeah.
probably be. You gotta remember it's like 4 to 5 hours difference,
It's 3 hours.
or 3 hours. You're right. So then that would probably be mean that's 4 a.m. on our side.
no. He's East Coast, right?
Yeah. He's in Florida. I'm in New York. So we have the same time zone, right? So
Right.
if
Yeah.
So if
she
it's
says
1
1 o'clock,
o'clock a.m. here, then it's 11 o'clock in California. They're 3 hours behind.
all right. What time is it right now, Creative? Where you at?
It's 5.
Right. And right now on my side it's 8:36.
Oh shit. Three
So
hours
that's what
behind.
so that's what I'm saying. If Creative was to say 1 o'clock, it would be 4 o'clock on my side. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna just
Oh
show up
yeah. Yeah.
at
4 o'clock.
I'm gonna show up at 6 and I'm gonna just leave around 10 because I gotta go to a party at 10 my time.
All right. So I mean, if anything, just talk to Auntie. He's still allowed. He'll still, if you could just come through, because it's 24 hours. So I mean, you could go to the party and just be like, yo, I'm gonna come back through and just be like, yo, I think he'll still let you on.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be fine. So, just come
Yeah,
through,
just rearrange your time if you got time.
I mean, I think it's one of those sort of things. He'll hold it down for a little while, for like, especially if it's the first couple of hours, and then whoever the guest judge is, you just pop up, because usually that happens. The guest judges will pop up and they'll just stay on the panel and listen. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
Are you coming on camera with your outfit? Was that part of
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
purge?
go on camera.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
you better
off
hope somebody
camera.
don't start clowning you up.
I don't care.
He's like, I don't
They better
care.
be cammed up if they gonna clown me.
But are you gonna
They better
roast
be
them back
cammed up.
though? Are you gonna roast them back, creative? It's the spirit of the
Yeah, I
purge.
am.
Right. Please don't say that and just be like, I don't give a fuck. And like, don't do that fucking passive aggressive shit you like doing, yo.
Okay, I already know. Okay.
You gotta get on them. You know what I'm saying? If you see how raw I am when it comes on panels, then you gotta bring that smoke. You gotta show motherfuckers what you really about on a purge, because purge ain't for the weak. Even you got what's his name is who who I know is gonna be on there. What's his
Sure.
name? Fuck is his name? J something.
Jay Prince.
Jalen.
Okay.
Jalen. I know Jalen's
Oh
gonna be there.
God. Oh God.
Jalen is fucking cringy as fuck. Jalen come up on cam. He's smiling with a fucking pack of
Man.
petroleum jelly. Vaseline.
No.
He was sitting up there smiling with the Vaseline on the camera. I was like,
Why is he
yo,
even on there?
he loves it. He loves being on there. He don't care.
I feel like
He loves the torture.
I feel
Let me
like
tell
mentally
y'all
he's
what
not on there.
let me tell y'all what he needs. He needs a local nonprofit that specializes in getting people jobs and community outreach so that they can make friends and go on, like, to go to the thrift store together and go to the mall together. I know because I be in the thrift store and I see them groups coming together, and they bring all the people with autism into a social setting. Then they go off and eat, at Shoney's or some kind of restaurant. That's what Jalen really needs. I don't know why his mama don't hook him up with a community friendship group. She needs to, because he's online fucking up bad.
Yeah,
He's
that's just
proudly
a bad look.
reprimanded
That makes
there.
me don't want to go if he's gonna be there.
He is gonna. There's a good percent chance he's gonna be there, creative.
He ain't
He's
gonna be on no
practic-
panel. He ain't gonna be on no panel.
Yes, he is gonna be on
Okay.
panel. He's been to practically every purge. Every purge. Been sitting
So
there.
he's gonna show up on the panel and be a participant.
Yeah, he'll participate, but it's just the fact of the matter. He'll probably be quiet at first until some guy or some girl starts dissing on him, and then he gonna say some suspect shit. He's the only nigga I know. He the only nigga I know that say to somebody, he's like, "Ma'am, you can suck my ass." I mean, like, yo, what the fuck you be saying, bro? That shit sound crazy. He be saying some such shit. It's enjoyable. What you mean you not gonna? If anything, I would be glad to just watch that shit. How he embarrasses himself, because he always does. It's fucking funny to me. You want to talk about getting off stimulated to that shit? Yeah,
No.
that's stimulation 101 right there. Because you'll be laughing like, why the fuck did this nigga have a Vaseline bottle sitting next to him, smiling about it at his keyboard?
Oh, you didn't make that up. You did not make that up. You said that's real.
I'm dead ass serious, yo. I'm fucking
Oh,
for real.
shit.
This nigga dead ass had a bottle of Vaseline on his desk next to his keyboard, smiling, son.
Damn.
I'm not lying. This is dead ass, yo. And we asked him like, yo, why the fuck you smiling with Vaseline next to your desk, bro?
And what did he say?
He's like, cause I just have it here. Then we were just making jokes like, yo, you be whacking off at your fucking desk, bro. Like, what's good? Like, you all right? He's like, no, I'll just be here. And then he wore the same, he wore the same dingy white shirt for like 2 days on a panel. I said, this nigga stayed on a panel for 8 to 9 hours with the same shirt on. That's crazy work.
The black community is so welcoming. And I know people jive on him or whatever, but no, it's true. They actually give him a little chance to be somebody, because that's all he's after. He wants to be not invisible, And so,
You trying to fit in?
he's trying to fit in. He's trying to have friends, and locally, I guess he don't got that going on. So online, he tries to be outrageous, but he kills me with these announcements. Y'all know what? The sisterhood hates me. He'd be like, okay. Y'all know what? A bitch cussed me out today. He'd be like, oh, okay. So what?
Do you think he's an incel?
Absolutely.
Yes. I feel bad.
Him and the one you said that you was trolling, that's another one. Absolutely.
Well, Alex?
Yeah,
Yo,
that's another
Alex,
one.
Yeah,
I feel like
he
Alex
is
ain't never
one.
see pussy a day in his life. Yo, this
He ain't never
motherfucker.
gonna see it. No, he
But
never
that's what I'm
will.
saying. He goes behind. That's the problem. He hides behind women, and he allows these women to take over his page. So when a dude like me comes over there and troll, and I just don't give a fuck, he be like, the way that you talk about black women. And I'd be like, how do I talk about black women, bro? Like, you be making content as if these women is gonna offer up their fucking panties to you, bro. You get no ass. I'm pretty sure you don't have a social life either. I'm
Did you
pretty
ever
sure
see
of it.
my? Yeah, that they all need to be in local nonprofit programs.
All
Yeah.
of them, and I'm sorry to say it, but them girls that be on this panel are nutcases them damn selves. They nutcases.
Hey,
You ever
hey.
heard? Hey, I'm keeping a
He
stack. Them
had a
chicks is
couple of small
nutcases.
ones. That one from the one who was telling him that people are playing him.
Oh, the British chick. Yeah.
What
She
British
was
chick?
smart.
Believe it or not, Bronzeberg, he had some people who authentically respected him in his unique situation, and they
Jay
were
Park.
trying to support. Yeah, they were trying to support him, but um, he had a hostile takeover, and that ran the authentic people away for the most part.
Yeah,
But
we know.
Bronzeberg, have you seen my Have you seen my Rumble dedication to the group of people to take tanks? Did you see that stream by chance?
Nah, I've been like really
Dedication
busy.
to who?
But since you just
To
told me
take
that,
tanks.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah,
Who's that?
Yeah,
I ain't get a chance to watch it yet.
yeah, man. I had quite a lot of fun over there. On Rumble. Look up what is my damn name? What is my damn name?
I don't know. You be changing
Two
your name
step.
on Rumble. Two
No,
Step
I don't. I
Diva.
keep it the same. Two Step Diva. Yeah,
Hold
and then
on.
you look up the one Tink Tink Don't Do It. I think that's the name. Tink Tink Don't Do It.
Hold
And
on.
I just roast the fuck out of a whole group of Tink Tinks over there.
Why
Were
the
you
fuck does
talking
this
about
say?
Alexander?
Yeah, of course. I talked about Alexander. Yeah.
I don't see it.
Go on
Is it
Rumble
a
on the
month
Two Step
ago?
Diva. Nah, that shit's
Yeah.
old. You gotta
It
keep
says
scrolling.
yeah, that's what I thought. It's old, right?
Yeah, it's real
I
old.
see something about Fat Boy and then like Christmas in July, done trolling
Oh Lord.
dummies.
Oh man, I be going off. I be
What's the
going off.
name
I
of
be
it?
having a good time.
What's the name
It's
of
Yeah,
called
it
so
Tink
again?
he
Tink.
left the
I don't see it. Maybe I
I think
gotta
it
keep
yeah,
says
left
don't
the
going.
do it.
other boy alone.
Don't do it, Tink Tink.
Oh, I see it now. I see. Oh my god.
Did you leave the other guy alone, the one that starts with an M?
Yeah, I'm done with him. I'm done with him. Long as he don't run my name, we're good.
Yeah, that was
Long as he don't run my name.
some impeccable beef. You know what I'm
That
saying?
was impeccable. What you mean? What's impeccable? What you mean?
It was some impeccable beef. I was sitting up there looking at the computer screen like, damn, son, y'all really going at it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
If
saying?
somebody keep messing with me, you know, and they just keep messing with me, I will absolutely get into permanent drag your ass mode. Absolutely. I ain't gonna start nothing.
Troll gang.
But if somebody keep messing with me, they gonna get that May troll smoke. You hear me?
Yeah.
May troll smoke. And I had to do it because I gave dude 6 whole months. I gave him 6 months. I begged and pleaded. I said, hey man, leave me alone. Leave me alone now. I think you were present when the beef started because I'ma call it like it is, Miss Queen Sunkist Big Mouth.
Yeah.
That's what started it.
Yeah. I
Oh,
remember that shit. It was I remember that.
I think
Yeah,
both of y'all was present.
yeah,
Hmm.
it was. I
We was
just
having a good conversation too. It was a good
I
conversation.
didn't even understand how this shit switched. And then I just was like, oh shit, y'all beef it? And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Yo, can I know one
No.
thing though? Can I know one thing though?
Uh-huh.
What was the creative? What was the beef between you and Miss Elite?
oh, because
What's up,
Prism
Gabe?
paid her to do some videos. Remember?
You what?
Basically, she got on Miss Lee's channel and was just talking about me. And then
And
Miss Lee went upon her herself to do some videos about me.
for no
And that
reason,
was the beef.
just because she wanted to.
No, because I think Prism cashed at her or something like that. Or they was like a
Oh,
posse together.
okay.
Because she didn't know about the situation. She just went with what Prism said. Prism and what's the other one?
Who?
Um, I forgot her name. She got
That
her
chick from
channel taken.
California.
No, the other chick, the big one, the one that you dragged.
I just see. Oh no, I didn't. Stop telling lies. I
Oh,
ain't drag that girl.
you talking about Pitbull? Yeah, you talking about
You know
Pitbull?
what? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The one who was in her little dress, and y'all was like, "Oh, look at
The
her."
one that looked like the one that I cut her ass about having looking like she was wearing a trash bag. Yeah, Pitbull.
Yeah, her.
Y'all know what? Me and
Fuck
her
that
are
bitch.
okay, and me and her have come to a place of kindness.
I
And
know. You guys are cool now. But
Nah.
at
She
the
can suck my
time,
whole
yeah.
dick.
But at the time when
That's
she
cool,
was,
man. That's cool, man.
but
She
she
can
was
suck
with
my whole
Prison.
dick. Fuck that bitch. I don't like
hey,
her.
hey.
Fuck that bitch. I said it before and I say it again.
She
Forever,
learned her
nigga.
lesson. She learned
I
her
don't give
lesson.
a
She
fuck. And
admitted
yo,
it.
I ever see that bitch, man. Like I'm saying right now, man. Like, yo,
No, Bron.
we find her shit out. It's game over for her. She's under radar right now. Talking
Okay,
mad
listen,
shit.
Bron, you and her don't have any beef
My
anymore.
nigga, fuck that bitch. Nah, fuck that. Game over. Her and that clown ass nigga. Fuck both of them. I don't give a fuck about that.
Oh, you talking about Red Rooster, DDS?
Yeah, that grandma voice.
Oh
That's what I call that
yeah,
lame
I
ass
didn't
nigga.
know.
Grandma voice. That's who I call him. That's grandma voice. That's
What I
what
was
I
gonna
call him.
say, y'all
Fuck that
be
nigga.
on Twitter talking to each other. I didn't even know y'all was like
I'm not on no
each
Twitter
other's social media. I don't know, but y'all
I'm
was
not
doing
on
all
Twitter
that beef and stuff.
because
She
this nigga's a
showed a
coward, yo.
picture. She showed a picture of you. She was like, "This is Brownsburg right here."
Sure, it's Brownsburg. Sure, it's
No, that
Brownsburg.
was she was on Rumble. I think she was on Rumble showing the
She
picture.
was on Rumble, but she was
I
showing
never
how
said that
you guys.
was. Funny thing
It
is,
was
I
a
never
back
said
and
that.
forth.
I did. Again, I never said that was me. So unless I confirmed it, then I don't understand why the fuck she did say that. But whatever. I don't give a I don't give a damn
Yeah,
about that. But fuck that bitch though. Fuck her and fuck grandma voice. For real.
What do y'all think is the motive behind DDS playing the Manosphere, Saint Kevin, and all of that, but at the same time acting like he part of the Girl Scout troop? What the whole fuck is that about?
He needs
he
attention,
looking
yo.
for attention.
He's
You guys
looking
think
for
he's
attention.
married? May, we gotta ask May. May, is he married? Because
He is absolutely married. Absolutely, he is.
so why he has all this time to be online?
Um,
I question how old is he?
he's like 43, I think. 43.
Oh,
About
he's
that.
young.
That's
Man,
not that young.
43 is
That's
young.
pretty young to be online all the
It's just
time.
you can't say it's not really young, but you just be like, yo, it's young.
It is young. I
It's
think
young.
40s is young. Yeah.
It's just young. It's not young, but it's young.
But some people come online to kind of socialize. I would put it that way. Like
Nah, the
completely
way
socialize.
All of
he
us come
went
online to
off.
socialize.
He went off and got drunk and took shit personal when you and y'all was doing that dedication video to Peso. Like that dude got into his feelings. I never see some shit like that and got drunk. And then
I
I
mean,
think he
I
got
think I've seen
drunk.
that video. I think I've
He
seen
got
that.
I think he got drunk when Femi left him and he did that long video talking about this and that and
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's crazy because I remember when that happened. I was so shocked. He struck up a live while me and one of the other Pesoettes were talking about Peso in a positive light, and he was just like, "Fuck you, May. You're not shit. I hate you, bitch." And what did he call me? You hoe ass bitch. He called me hoe ass bitch like 50 times. He said it with his chest. You could tell he was barking in the goddamn phone. Dude was going off. You could tell he had bloodshot red eyes. His heartbeat was high. Dude went the whole fuck in. I was really surprised. I was thinking to myself, I didn't know I meant so much to you. God damn.
It's all in your fifis, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think he's projecting because to be at home all day and even though you're taking care of your son or daughter, like you gotta feel some kind of way if you can't provide as a man. Maybe that's what it is. I'm sorry, but it's
He's no, he's
strange.
not. It's not. No, he's not. He's not. He's a provider. He's a provider. That's not
So
it.
what the
That's
fuck
not
is
it.
he doing online?
I think, okay,
What?
this is my perspective. I feel
What
like I got
does
to,
like why people care about what I do with my cat? Like why is he online
What?
talking about all these black women and what they do with their coochie and this and that
What
and
the
who
fuck?
they picking? No, for real. I have a problem with married men coming online and talking about dating.
That's crazy
I do
work.
too. I do too. I
I,
think that,
I gotta jump
let me,
down, y'all, but I'll be listening. That's just funny though. That's crazy.
okay, I appreciate you, Bronzebird. And
You
thanks
remember?
for bringing your black pill. Thanks for bringing your black pill in.
Yeah, you gotta
Appreciate you.
reel up in Black Pill for real. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Right,
go, gang.
right. Appreciate you. Yeah, creative. Okay, so the science behind him, I got to know him, and we were talking about kids because my kid has some challenges and his kid has some challenges. So we were talking about that type of stuff. My daughter does speech therapy, and so we were, talking about different stuff, and in the process, I mean, you first meet somebody, you don't have your guard up. Like, oh, this motherfucker's gonna be crazy in the end. You don't necessarily. I should have thought that way. I do now. Anybody I'm dealing with now, I be like, is this motherfucker crazy, or is it gonna show crazy later? But I was kind of new to, the whole thing. And the people I've gotten to know, like Peso, they turn out to be cool people. So I wasn't, my guard up. I had my guard down. So we spoke freely as two married people, no romance and funny business, none of that. Just two respectful people. And, so I would hear his wife in the background. I hear his kid. So it's real. It's not a lie. That's over time. But we were talking on the phone because he asked me to do a show. You know what I mean? He asked me to do a show with him, or at least be featured on a couple of streams. Hey, what's up, Gen Z? So that's how the conversations began. And he was like, well, you can be a opposite of me, which you are. I'm manosphere and you kind of neutral and pro marriage, so it could work. And so we started trying to do those streams because he asked me, and as I got to know him, I realized that his ass was fucking off. I realized he was off. And I don't say that easily. I noticed he just keep getting drunk. Creative, you there?
Yeah, I'm here
But you remember he would get drunk and do these crazy streams.
all the time and be like the cussing master. Like I don't know where this all this ritual came from.
Right. And so girl, exactly. So I was having a hard time. I was having a hard time processing what is this? This is unusual behavior. And then, I hate to say it, but sometimes we would be having a debate and I go and get my little data because he kept bringing data. And so we're two married people and we're talking about these topics from a married person's perspective, but he would always take this whole Kevin Samuels single black man perspective. And I kept telling him on the back end, hey, why don't you take a pro marriage perspective? Because I'm pro marriage and you say you are, but then you use manosphere talking points to talk down on women, and it doesn't make sense if you pro marriage. You got to pick a team, dude. And a lot of times, I think that I would grandstand him in the way that not over talking, but my data and some of the points, he would feel like he lost on his own show. So, honey, right after the damn show, and he, I think sometimes that's why in the future, I'm not going to tell people I got X number of degrees because that doesn't mean anything. Do you hear me? I want to say that clear. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean shit. 4 degrees means I know a lot about literature. That's it. It doesn't mean I think I'm high IQ and I know every fucking thing in the world. It doesn't mean that. But if people know that about you, they try to hold it. Oh, you think you're smart, bitch. You think you're smart. You think you're smart, bitch, don't you? No. I just read more literature than you probably. That's all. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I could probably write, outright a lot of motherfuckers too. But anyway, um, girl, he as soon as the damn stream would be over, this
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker would get drunk and strike up a live and be like, yeah, oh, ugly ass bitches and something, something, something. And certain things he would say, he was throwing shots at me. These bitches think they got 4 degrees. He would just point out very specific things. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, they do. They take whatever and they throw it against you. That happened to
Right.
me. Remember, they talk about my house and all of this, and people.
Girl, ain't it crazy? And
Yeah.
but the thing is this, that's why I called him out because he kept doing it. And he'd be like, oh, that wasn't about you. And I'm like, nigga, I need you to stand up in it. When you say some shit, don't be passive aggressive. I like all
Right.
my smoke. I love
You
my
know it's
smoke.
about you. Everybody know it's about you. You know, I
Right.
hate when people make videos and be like, "But people don't know." Then who the fuck is the? Who's it about? Who are you around? Who are you talking to? Obviously, everybody's gonna point to me. Like what? I don't know. They think you retarded or something. Like you was born yesterday.
Right. And that's what I was just getting on Big J the other day. I was like, Big J, the one thing that drives me crazy about your platform is you with all these fucking mystery comments. I cannot stand that shit. Say who the fuck you talking about. Say their name out loud. And nobody's making $1 million off of YouTube. So that idea that, oh, I'm gonna make you more, famous. No, you're not. Nobody's gonna subscribe
Exactly.
to that person because
He's
you
gonna
talking shit.
he's
Huh?
gonna make you more famous with his 2,000 subscribers.
Right. It's not a viable argument or point to try to make. It's just not. And you know me, I'm just a outright I'm out with it, bitch. I ain't gotta talk about nobody behind their back. This shit I'm saying to you right now about him, I told him on his panel the other day. I said, cut the bullshit. We shouldn't have to be doing like mystery. Who's he talking about? What's the code name? And back chat, who are you talking about? I gotta call somebody after the show. What is he talking about for a whole hour? Who is it? I ain't got
Big
time for
J
that
be
shit.
doing that. Yeah, he does that a lot.
I don't got time for that. Just say who the fuck you talking about. And if you not able to say who the fuck you talking about, then you probably don't have enough balls to be talking about. Leave it alone. Just let it be a secret to yourself. That's how I see it. That's just me. That's just me.
May is funny.
Girl, I am totally like give me my smoke, bitch. That's who I am. Give me all my smoke. Be aggressive. Don't be passive aggressive. Be super aggressive. I met my match, and you know who that is. Boy, I met my match. And boy, woo, wee, that motherfucker right there, totally aggressive. But anyway, um, yeah, I just want people to be honest and be straightforward. And he don't do that. And that's why I
Yeah.
finally said, you know what? I got a fix for you, brother. I got a fucking fix for you. You want to play that game? I'm gonna call you out, and I'm gonna tell everybody how you do, so that way everybody can see who you are. You've
Why you
been
took
being
that
nice.
video down? You should have left it up.
Which video?
Oh, when you dragged him. That when you dragged him, that shit was funny. But what both was funny was when Prism dragged him. Oh my god, Prism drags him for filth.
Yeah, I think so. I think there was a campaign over there on my channel, honestly, because I do it on YouTube or I did it on Rumble. I think I must have did it on
You did
Rumble.
on Rumble.
Yeah, I started going through, and I think that once Rumble got new guidelines, I think there were certain people who systematically went through and got some of those taken down. Because I
Oh, they could
dragged
get
Tam.
videos. They could get
Yeah,
videos
shit.
taken down
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
on
happened.
Rumble.
I dragged Tam real bad. I did a whole series on Tam about her,
African
about her
American and
yeah, her not being he being an African woman, past her prime, and her culture that's not acceptable. And then also I did one on her not being able to cook, and then I did a review on her feet and what I think is the reason why she can't find a man because of feet. Um, I did
I
several
had.
streams, huh?
I think she was mad that everybody stopped talking to her, and nobody comes to her panel anymore. I think because why would she reach out and post all that shit on her community tab? Like why? Like nobody cares about you.
Well, honestly, you're right. No, nobody ever really. She's always been socially awkward. Nobody really cared about her, liked her, and that's why she really spent a lot of time over there on Razor Rays trying to get passport bros to care. That's the truth. And that's where her crowd came from. The little she had was a bunch of thirst trapping passport bros. They'll put likes up and all of that type of stuff. And it didn't make sense because you claim you like white men. You want to show your, looking like you're around white men. Then why are you presenting that and recruiting black men to come look at your channel? It doesn't make sense. It's just thirst, honey. It's just pure thirst. I think she's just socially awkward.
And then when she got the attention, and I was making fun of her when one of the guys was trying to talk to her, I was like, "Girl, look at you! You getting it?" And then
look at you.
I said something to that effect, and she got mad at me. She was like, "Shut up!" Yeah, she was just getting on me for that. But I was like, "That's what you wanted, right? What did you think was gonna happen?"
No, she wanted real, true jealousy and envy. That's what she wanted. And that's not what she was getting. She got people clowning. And yeah, I clowned her only when she fucked with me, long as she left me alone. But to answer you, Gen Z, I ain't seen her and I ain't looking for her. That's all I can tell you. I ain't seen her and I don't want to see her. I ain't got no time and energy for that. Okay?
I know.
Because I got,
I said, I know that's right.
Child, I have too much productive shit in my life to be doing right now. I got a whole tea party shit I got to roll out marketing wise, and I found me a marketing lady that happened to be one of my damn customers that I got to deliver to this weekend. She happens to be a marketing genius, so I got me a marketing coach. He said I checked out old DJs and his content is the same old stuff. His channel is dead. Have you been there in a while? Prison. Creative. Have you been to?
No.
No. Yeah, it's so boring, Gen Z, and it's so out of our minds. Nobody's even looking. I guess for the sake of what is the word? When you are stubborn, you just keep doing it, even though nobody's looking.
Well, I guess that's what he's trying to stick with. That's his thing.
But
I don't know.
nobody's looking, creative. Nobody's looking. That's the problem.
No,
Nobody's
we
looking.
have people come on his panels.
Yeah, just a bit of dried up ones. I mean, yeah, I don't know. And I mean, when he
But it
went
wasn't
with
like how it used to be, right?
well, that's because of peso. Peso gave him that. He had a lot of pesoettes over there, so that's where that came from. But eventually, it just turned into bitter bitches, and then it was bitter old hag bitches, and then it turned into trannies and gays. So here we are.
Was
What was it?
funny.
DJ Torch. Anyway, but yeah, I had to call old Red Rooster out, and he is so fucking pathetic. And I think he was on he was on
He be
the
everywhere.
leak. He was on the Leaks channel the other day trying to roast Big J.
Mm.
And I was just like, dude, go sit your ass down.
Did you see
Oh.
did you see how Mr. Lee deleted most of her videos?
You talking about in YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably because Mr. Rucker is on the job.
Oh.
Mr. Rucker, he's a strike king now. He's a strike king. Only as it relates to her. He ain't giving her no let up. None.
Well, you
So
don't blame him, right? I
no,
felt
I
bad for
don't.
him because his channel only lasted for how long? A couple of weeks? Maybe no, a couple of days.
Child, probably 4 days. But but you know what, Mr. Rucker, he wanted that shit. He liked that smoke. He likes it. You know what I'm saying? Because it the truth of the matter is he likes to fight. He likes to fight, and he's not gonna let her just chill because she came after him, creative. She came after him. We was over there on Rumble rumbling. We was having a good time. And I don't know if you remember, but she just kept inserting herself. We were like, who is this bitch? Who is this? What does she want? Why is she here? Why does she keep interjecting herself? Why is she creating content on our little bullshit shit we doing over here? Why is she commenting? Why is she a newscaster? Who is this bitch? I didn't know who she was, And it wasn't until Wu said, you should do a Google search, not Google, but a YouTube search on her. And I was like, whoa, everybody hates you. Everybody, white
Yeah.
people, white women
Well, did
hate
you know what
you.
happened? Do you know what happened initially? Why she's I heard some crazy stuff from her childhood, how she did something, some
You mean her origin story?
yeah. She did
Not,
something to a younger boy and it was considered as something.
oh, I heard something happened, but age wise, I don't know who was how old. I don't know
She
nothing.
was
I don't know
older.
details.
I was told that she was older.
And this is an underage person.
It's the flip of Rue's story, but I think the boy was a little bit older.
So a teenager and an adult. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. I got wind that it's something like that was out there because there was a stream of somebody on YouTube who was sharing something like that. Nobody was looking for it. I'll put it that way. Nobody was hunting for any information. But there is somebody on YouTube who contacted a couple of people and sent the links. And I heard about it through the grapevine, but I know no details. I know no details. But that's wild. And it hasn't been 100% verified from what I heard. I'm
I
kind
just
of
heard that,
uncomfortable.
and then I heard that she was living in her car and a bunch of dumb stuff.
Oh wow.
But she's been on YouTube for like over 10 years, for like a long time.
No, she's not in the car. She covers somebody who does live in the car. She keeps
Oh,
harassing a woman who lives in the car.
oh yeah,
But
that's what they were talking about. Yeah.
yeah, so but I think she like I call her late because I feel like she's really, really like um what's the word? She's somebody who's suffering. They call it late blooming, but I think she's not ever gonna bloom. That's what I think. And I think that her trolling is kind of, especially the type of women she trolls, it's kind of like I'm really bad off, so I got to find somebody who's really, really, really bad off.
It's yeah,
You see what I
punching
mean?
low. Yeah,
Yeah,
punching low.
right.
That
So I got to
garbage.
find a woman who's like homeless and another woman who lives in her car because they're the only ones that's kind of low that I can like exploit and make myself look better. That's how I see it because I mean, like yourself and myself, we are women who have had, some privilege in life currently. I mean, you have a home, I have a home. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
we both have vehicles. We both have employment. We're okay. We're head above water.
Yeah.
And so you and I would not feel the need to be like, hey, let's find somebody online who's homeless and living out of a car, and let's just continue to pick at them because that'll make
I
us feel
don't
better. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I still don't see why anybody would do that, especially because one day you could be rich, the next day you could be poor. Or one day you could be poor, the next day you could have a lot of money. And I don't see the purpose in punching down on somebody. Like I
That's
really
from
don't
where.
I don't and I don't like it at all. I
That's
find it
from where.
disgusting.
That's from the privilege of where you and I stand, head above water. That's because you can think that way because you're not scrubbing the ground. You're not scrubbing the ground, so that's why you head above water. So your mind does not have any satisfaction, and you look down on that. That's why. It's kind of like how what do people say pretty privilege? You
Yeah.
know, there's some chicks, and it's like, I don't know why people make such a big deal of dating or why people make such a big deal of so and so. Well, bitch, you beautiful as fuck, and everybody grovels at your feet. Of course, you don't see any struggles out here or disappointments. Probably not. So it's kind of those. It's one of those kinds of privileges is that you got a head above water, and so you find it distasteful, plain and simple. It's
I
distasteful.
do because I know people who really got problems and who lives in cars and stuff like that, and it's not a laughing manner.
do do you know them personally, or you've seen people?
I've seen people and I've known
Right.
people who have lived in a car before.
And the journey to how they get to the car ain't that nice, right?
No, it's not. So it's like, why even, you know?
Yeah. That's
They're going through their mess. Allow them to go through their mess. Unless you're gonna help them or, you know.
right. Shut the fuck up. Exactly. Like
Exactly.
like Big J said, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Exactly. Um, and so I meant to say, I told Gabe hi earlier. I don't know if he was able to hear me through everybody was talking, but hey, Gabe. Um, and that's the thing, it's distasteful. She doesn't have a sense of like boundaries. That's what I don't like about her.
Yeah.
I had honestly a very neutral perspective on her. I was just like, God damn, you got a whole lot of people that don't like you of every race, color, class,
You
gender,
know what?
age,
I really
huh?
liked it. I was banging with her in the beginning before all this craziness. Like,
Hmm.
I was like,
Uh-huh.
okay, she's cool. I even cashed apped her, I think. And I was like, oh, she's cool or whatnot. And then, later on, I found out that, she's easily
What was your
controlled.
turning
And
point? What was your real turning point with her though?
my real turning point was when that whole email stuff went out, and she was cool with Diamond Princess, and Diamond Princess had known her for a long time, and how
Hmm.
she just went off on Diamond Princess, and Diamond Princess was like a loyal subscriber of hers, and just to see her just do that, that shit was like
Oh,
that was very distasteful. That was just disgusting to me, you know?
I think I missed that. I
That's like
missed.
that's like you, Gabe in your comments, and Gabe is cool, and but all of a sudden, you know, you like, you know what, fuck Gabe all of a sudden.
Oh, girl,
And
that
you
would
do
never
so
happen. Child stop.
exactly. You wouldn't even think in
Child
your
stop.
mind to do that, right?
No, no. Some people, you just got like a natural inclination to like and be cool with no matter what. And nobody crosses them lines and never would. So it's just cool. So I see what you're saying. A person you just think, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you thought they was kind of like that.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, Diamond Princess like really liked her, and like, consider her as somebody that she watches, and got her email address and everything, and so that she emails her. And for her to act like that and just turn on her, and yeah, I didn't like her from there. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, yeah. She's a little weirdo. She's weird for a black woman. And it was crazy because I think she just didn't want no parts of Miss May May. She didn't want no May Troll smoke because she just kept inserting herself. She made a lot of content about me, but it wasn't anything that was disparaging or offensive in particular. But she just kept trying to like keep my name in her mouth. I'm reporting something, but she never ever disrespected me ever. So she never gave me a reason.
Hmm.
Um, and she didn't do anything that I could say to me. So I had a very neutral stance on her for a while. But, at some point when a certain person came around, she was making a space for the bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. And she
You
made a whole bunch of videos about me, talking about how I'm a prostitute and this, that, and the third. And you remember that? And she was saying, "Oh, I got your nudes. I got it from Peso." And I told her, "You wanna play that game? I'm gonna call the cops and tell them that you have somebody's naked pictures in your phone of a
now
woman."
Elite wasn't the one that did that though, right?
No, she did. She wrote that on her tab.
Elite?
Yes.
Girl, I think I missed that. See, I didn't think I've
I
been
did a
trying to
whole
figure out
video
why y'all.
about that. And I read
No,
it. I
I'm
did a
talking
whole
about the
video.
other one, the Lady of Many Colors. I know she did a lot, but I didn't know Elite did the most, other than giving her a space to talk that shit. I didn't know she actually was going in too. I didn't know.
She did that. Yeah, she said that. Yeah. That's why I did a whole video about, Mean Girls on social media. And I know for a fact that she don't have any photos. But, she wants to be in the mix, and I'm just, because if I was really like, I'd be like, yo, I could make a police report and say that she said that she has it. Would I be
Honey,
wrong if I did? Would I be wrong if I had did that or no?
No, you wouldn't have been wrong. I mean, I don't know what the police gonna do, but you wouldn't be wrong for reporting somebody. You know, Nature Boy went to jail forever for putting some shit on the, actually doing it, putting some shit on the internet. At least that's what the government say. They put his ass in jail forever for that shit.
But
Porn,
I know, yeah,
whatever.
but I know she don't have the photos, you know.
Yeah, of
But
course, of
why?
course.
But why? Yeah, but why go online and say some shit like that, you know? So she's looking
Just
for a reaction. So
child, they throw everything but the kitchen sink at your ass. I mean, not just you, but that's how they do. You know, that's how they did. We'll say in the past did. Because they had told they told people I was a madam, you know, that I was selling people's pussy and stuff. And you know, I have aspirations to be a pimp, but I never did it, you know. So they gave me credit where I didn't have any credit due. And oh man, they said I had beat up children on the playground. And I always worked at a high school. And last time I checked, high schools don't have playgrounds. I mean, girl, they just made all kind of lies up. They said I wasn't married and I was baby mamas and shit. And girl, they said all kind of stuff about me. And I was just like, I was there. Oh, I was like, yo, that's some funny shit. I actually made a couple videos claiming everything they said. I was like, yeah, I'm
oh
selling
yeah, you
pussy and
did a truth. You did a truth story.
yeah, I had fun with it. I had fun with them lies. So, you know, I never took them too seriously, but I did start to dislike Elite. Because she has a mean streak to her. She hides it well. She is a mean girl. She's a mean girl. And I think that part about the homeless women, that kind of sealed the deal. And I didn't like the way she was facilitating mean girl shit. That's what I remember, you know. This went
Oh,
on way too long. It really
I
did.
wish, I wish she would come to the purge. That would be good.
Honey, honey,
Uh,
did she, you know, and the thing is, she said, you know, oh, I don't go back and forth with women. No, you don't want this smoke, girlfriend. This is what you don't want. This. That's why you claiming I don't. You harass them other two women. You go back and forth with them other two women. She don't want no parts of me. I think between Marquise and a few other people, I think she saw like you fuck with me, you might end up with your feelings hurt for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll pull that
mm.
card all the way out. Play with it. Play with it.
I don't know. I don't think she should be talking because remember when she opened up her fridge and she had nothing in there?
Girl,
That
that
was
fridge
those.
challenge. Child. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you know I set her up, right? You know that was a setup.
Yeah.
I You know that was a setup. And that's why I think she started, she's like, this bitch be working on trolling on a whole nother level. I was like, yeah, the fridge challenge. And because I knew she was adversarial with Rucker, so she played into it. And she had no idea that when she did it, when I said it, that I was gonna take it and turn it around. But I tell you what laid a whole foot up her ass was when your ass jumped in the fridge challenge. That shit tore her up. That shit made her mad. And you had a beautiful fridge with all kind of good food and shit. She was
I know. I
hurt.
think she was bad. I think because people take me as being nice. And then all of a sudden, when I get mean, people they take it so personal. It's like a
Girl,
shot to the heart.
you got her ass. You got her ass good. And I didn't I wasted no time in pointing out that everybody else, especially you, had an adult refrigerator, like right with plenteous, and she didn't have nothing. That shit was pathetic, and she couldn't take it back. I had to screenshot the goddamn refrigerator, and she couldn't take it back. So I used that a couple of times. She was mad about it,
And then I
but
was like, how is she collecting Meals on Wheels? Isn't that for low income? Like,
I think that's what she's on. Girl, she's past the age of being adult. You know what I'm saying? She's in her 30s, so she's very much behind. That's all I can tell you. She's late. She's very, very much behind. She's not adulting. Adulting is a real thing, and she's not doing that. And me and Mr. Rucker came to understanding that 9 times out of 10, she's prolonging her bachelor degree forever because that's the only way she can survive. Because other than that, she'll be living in a car, getting student loans and living on campus in your 30s. Who does that? Who does that?
yeah.
Uh, a bachelor's degree only takes 4 fucking years. It don't take that long. And she
And
keeps
if you ain't
changing her
got,
major and fucking up and not graduating. That bitch scared to be homeless. That's what it is.
you think so? You think that's what it
Hmm.
is?
Absolutely. I don't think she's employed. She's still on the internet too much. You can't be a
I
real
still
student.
can't. I still can't get over the Meals on Wheels. I'm sorry. I just can't. I just. Whoa. And I only seen that with elderly people. I don't even hardly see that ever. It's like
She
you
probably one of them
laughing.
people. She probably one of them people that sign up for every benefit there is. Because if you say you're low income and you're a student, you can get food stamps, Meals on Wheels. You can get all that shit. If you say you're low income and you don't have an income as a student, you can absolutely get food stamps and all that shit. You just got to prove your income. That's it. Your status as a student doesn't bar you from that. She probably signed up for all kind of shit, honey. What you call it, utility and all kind. Ain't no telling. But
Because I work with people who are 65 and older. So because I'm used to seeing stuff like that. They got meal programs for seniors, stuff like this, and they have
mhm.
Meals on Wheels, and it's mostly, for people who are, very crippled or who can't really cook for
She said
themselves.
very crippled, very
Not like
crippled.
crippled, but you know what I mean. They have health conditions that they can't
No, I
move
got you.
around and stuff. So
I got you.
to see her collecting that was just like bizarre. That was like, what the fuck?
But you could tell she don't cook. You could tell she don't cook. She don't have no condiments in there. She didn't have no butter, honey. She didn't have nothing that goddamn free. What's up, Woo? Hey, what's up? She didn't have a goddamn thing in that fucking refrigerator. You knew she didn't cook. So she either is on a school meal plan or she's on Meals on Wheels. Something. Who knows? Maybe both. Maybe both. But that shit was
Yeah.
a wild time, man. It was wild. I'm kind of glad it's over, me personally, because I just don't have the energy to sustain watching motherfuckers and making sure I respond. It takes a lot out of you. It really does, you know.
And now I gotta watch out because people on here is crazy. I just I'm just meeting that demon was the most. That was the I don't wanna I'm good.
I don't never want to meet a demon, internet demon, the rest of my life. That's all I can tell you. I had one, and I'm fucking good. I gave my best. I gave my best shot though. I swear to God. I put my fucking foot in it, girl. I put my foot in it. That motherfucker was like whack a mole. Like everywhere you go, pop up, pop up, pop. I was like, God damn, you don't have any life because you are everywhere all the time. God damn, you
I
know.
haven't seen her anywhere else, so that's
Thank God.
good.
Matter of fact, when we get done, I'm about to sage this whole goddamn house because we've been talking about it. Lord have mercy.
Oh, because of her?
Make sure you
I,
sage your house too. Sage your shit, girl. Sage it.
I do not want to see her at all.
Me neither. Thank you for the good times and the stories and all of that shit. But you stay in the past. Thank you. Thank you. That's my affirmation. Thank you. Okay. We good.
Oh,
We
but I was
good.
gonna ask her, so what you doing for Halloween?
Who me?
Yeah.
Well, on Halloween, I got this big production delivery I gotta do. And so
Mm.
that's how my day is gonna start. Then the HOA, they asking me to set up a what you call it, a trunk and treat for the
Oh, that's
HOA.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a trunk and treat. So I'm supposed to. I'm like I don't know what to do because last year I did what is it called, Day of the Dead, Day of the Dia de Muerte, Day of the Dead theme,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know. I'm just not really into the vampire witch and uh cobwebs and shit. So I'm kind of not clear on what I could do for Halloween this time. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do orange and black or something. Just orange and black everything. I don't know. I don't like pumpkins like that. You know what I'm saying? The regular Halloween theme shit don't move me. So maybe I don't know. Maybe who knows? Maybe I do Christmas for Halloween or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Halloween is in like 2 days.
Yeah, all I gotta do is go to the Dollar Tree, girl.
I went to the Dollar Tree and everything was brought out. It was all gone.
That's why I said I might have to do Christmas. Go and get a whole bunch of candy canes and
You
all kind of weird shit and just throw it in there, snowman, and they'll be like, "What the hell?" I'll be like, "Yeah, this is me. This is what I got. That's it. It's
I gotta
free. Take
look
it or
for
leave it."
it. I gotta go to the office. They're having a Halloween contest based on your costume. And then I gotta come back here, give out candy, and then I'm going to a party.
Oh, you got a whole long day planned.
I got a long day for Halloween,
That's cool.
and I
That's
still gotta
cool.
go buy candy.
And then don't forget, you got to go purge at the end of that.
I'm thinking about because they showing up at 6:30, so I'm gonna do the purge while I'm giving out candy. I'm thinking about setting up my camera and doing it like that.
Ah, that's a creative way to do it. That's a creative way.
Yeah, because then I have to leave here at my house. I gotta go to my friend's house, and then we're supposed to take a Uber to the party because it's an open bar and they got food.
Ah, okay. Child, I used
Yeah.
to have so many parties
Mm-hmm.
before we had a kid. Honey, this house used to be rocking. And girl, let me tell you, I had one wild, it was a wild Halloween party. And one of my husband's friends brought this chick that was a stripper, tall bitch. He brought her. And she was in the middle of the living room. You know, it's kind of like our dance floor. We had the music going and shit. Everybody's dressed up, and it was a little bit of a people sometimes get to drink and act a little freaky or whatever. So she decided that she was gonna break her freak out, and she got upside down. She knew all these tricks and shit, and she would bust into a split. And she was doing all of this shit. And girl, I had this neighbor named Harry who I absolutely love, old ass man. And Harry is nosy. And so I had this party and all these cars, going down the street. And he seen it and he was like, shit, he hear the music rocking or whatever. And so he knocks on the fucking door. Now he's my daily buddy. We hang out, but he's not my peer group. And when he knocked on the door, I just couldn't tell him, nah, not you. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't just be like, nah, Harry, you can't come. I didn't invite him. But now that he's knocking on the door, oh, you got a party, man. He's a Jamaican. You got a party, man. Me coming to the party. I said, oh, okay, well, come on in. And I got this particular chair. It's kind of like what do you call it? It reminds you of a lazy boy. And
Mm-hmm.
so he went in the corner. He sat his old ass down and he just watching everybody dance. He's smiling. He having a good time. Just the music going. I gave him a drink. I brought him a drink. He having a good time. How come this tall, big ass stripper broad? She's upside down, doing all kind of weird shit, contorting and dancing on beat. I don't know if you ever seen these Atlanta strippers, but honey, they can do some miracles, child.
Yeah,
And
they be getting it.
girl, they be getting it. They be doing acrobatics and shit. This broad, she looked at him and she pointed at him, and I was like, no, no, don't do it. No, I couldn't even say nothing. I was probably drunk myself, but I saw her point her finger at him. She did like a takeoff run, and she did a flip upside down and put her pussy right on his face, and proceeded to gyrate on his head and his face upside down while he's sitting in the chair upside right. Girl, everybody was like, no, not the old man.
What did he tell you after that happened?
Girl, I was so afraid. I was so afraid. I was so embarrassed because I was looking at him like an elder, and I was just like, nah, don't do Harry like that. That's not right. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm drunk, so I'm not in my best, mindset. And the crazy thing is, she just kept gyrating, and I'm talking about her coochie was literally just scrubbing his nose, like up and down, up and down. And she gyrating
Mhm.
to the beat, and I'm just like, please get off him. Oh my God. I don't know how to explain this. He just came to watch. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And girl, when she got down, he had the biggest smile on his fucking face. Girl, I didn't know what to do.
Hey, you made him happy. That's all that matters.
I thought he was gonna be offended. I thought he was gonna get up and storm out. Girl, he had the biggest. And then the crazy, because like the days after that, the weeks after that, he said, "Man, had that big tall girl. She puts it on me, man. She puts it on me." That was like the best day of his fucking decade. You hear me? The last 10 years of his life, that was his best moment. He never let me forget. You remember, man, when came to the party and the big girl jumped upon me. Oh my God, that was the highlight of his fucking life. So yeah, I used to have some wild fucking parties, man. I used to I used to get down. So I'm fucking 47 now. Girl, I ain't missing nothing. Cause I mean when I say I party and I did it all, I did it all. Okay. I'm an old bitch now. I'm good. Yeah. But yeah, so you're gonna go out and you're gonna have to sleep good the day before because that's
Yeah.
gonna take a lot out of you. You gotta bring food to the party too.
Oh no, it's we already paid for our ticket, so it's open bar and they have food there also.
I'm
And
talking
it's a
about at work.
Caribbean
I'm talking about at
party.
work too. At work.
Oh, at work? I don't know. Sometimes the boss he brings in he has food for us and stuff. So it depends
Okay.
on my job. They will get you fat. They will. You
Child.
go in all the time, you will be fat. Like I gained so much weight just by working there.
Oh yeah. I experienced that as a teacher too. They always think for some reason that teachers want food. If it's teacher appreciation week, it's a different caterer every fucking day. You know, any holiday is food, food, food. It's like cookies in here. Somebody wants to sell you some stocks, so there's some cookies, there's some this, there's some that. It was yeah, that's the worst thing. And you be saying to yourself, I don't want that shit. I don't need that cinnamon roll. Next thing you know, you walking away with the goddamn cinnamon roll. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
telling you, they be bringing in breakfast burritos. They go to Einstein Bagels. Sometimes they have catered food there for you. Yeah, Panda Express.
Oh wow. So they got a whole gamut of stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So 2026 is right around the corner. Are you feeling optimistic about it?
2025 was a rough year for me. But I feel like since I went through what I went through in 2025, I feel like I could do anything, you know? I just
Yeah.
say that. I'm
Yeah.
ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a strange optimism about 2026. I don't have any practical reason that I should be optimistic about 2026, but I actually am. I'm looking forward to a new year, a new energy. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my intentions for this year. I don't think I did for 2025. I was kind of on some, oh, this gonna be fucked up. That was my attitude, and it turned out to be pretty fucked up. Not for me, but just in general, it just turned out to be fucked up. So, at least in my perspective. So I think I'm gonna set the tone for 2026. I'm gonna have me some affirmations, some goals, um, and just something daily to keep that together. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
That's all you can do. Set your own mind.
That's true. I did do good this year. I did not look at other people's like how people go on TikTok and they got these long drawn out stories.
Yeah.
I cut that out. I don't even care about that. I try to stay away from people's stories and them being victims and
Oh yeah, yeah. The victimhood
stay
narratives
away.
get old, man. They get old. Motherfuckers
Like
always crying and complaining and shit. You be like, man, come on. But yeah,
exactly.
yeah, you have to block the world out. I think I did a good job of that to some extent because I got real focused on my local life. And I think I'm gonna do a stream about that. I'm gonna do a stream about what is your actual reality. 'Cause you got a lot of people carrying a lot of weight and heaviness. Oh, this is that, and oh, this racism, and oh, this sexism, and like, when is the last time you actually fucking experienced any of that yourself? For you to be so upset, you know what I mean? People don't be having
Yes, I can't
real,
stand that.
yeah, people don't have real personal experiences they're drawing from. They just jumping in with the mob. It's like a mob mentality,
Yes.
and you break the pull down pull down the layers. When's the last time somebody abused you? So you're not walking around, you're not a victim, nothing's happened to you. When is the last time somebody was like discriminating because you're black? That didn't happen to you. Like, just stop it. And I think sometimes
Well,
that's where gratitude can come from when you really look at, like, what is my reality?
hmm
you know
I think
Eh,
the number one thing that I don't want to go into 2026 is that the whole tether or FBA against Africans and I just that shit is getting old and it's annoying.
I feel you. I personally am looking at it in a certain way because I came across a realization the other day that African Americans, we are a finite number and we are right along with the white folks dying off and will die off. And
Hmm.
it's kind of like lost and wasted pride in a sense because we're just not going to be around long. We're just not. These white folks is not going to be around long. We're just not. Um, Africa has plenty of people who keep immigrating. They will be the number population called black eventually. Because black people, we are very much, in the negative as far as replacement numbers. I'm talking about African Americans.
Yes, here we're like what, 14% or
Well,
13?
13%, but yeah, we're not being replaced at the rate that it would take to sustain, particularly the African American population. So I don't have less pride about being African American, but there's a grim reality that, if we're invested in this idea that we're going to thrive and unless we start having 5 children apiece, that's not going to happen. We won't be in, 100 years, there won't be any African Americans probably in the United States. It'll be in a small, small minority. But um, I, I do like the term that says I am a foundational Black American. That, and we have a unique history, so I embrace that part. But as far as like pushing up against other people, as long as they don't try to jump in and claim some shit they didn't do, I don't got no beef. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no beef.
Exact. That's my thing too. I don't have no beef against nobody or anything because I grew up here. So I don't see the problem. And like you said, we're only 13%. And I always bring the argument of I don't see these same people going up against white people and telling them the same shit. Like the white people that come over here.
Oh yeah, you talking about white people who come from Europe?
Yeah. Russians. It's a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of people from all over, Asians, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
Tariq Nasheed has a unique culture that he's created and branded. And
uh-huh.
so that's partly the problem. People like the idea of foundational Black Americans speaking for themselves and not having others speak for them. That is respectable. But Tariq Nasheed, he's made his brand and his whole spill is talking down and trying to prove that anybody who's not foundational Black American ain't worth shit. And I don't rock with that. I married an African, my first marriage. A lot of my customers are Nigerian and Jamaican. I do business with Jamaicans and Nigerians and other people from different cultures, Indians, Arabs. I got room for everybody.
Exactly.
I
See,
got room for everybody. Yeah.
my thing is they only bring the argument to Caribbean people or African people. My thing is they don't bring the argument to everybody. You know what I
Okay, I see
mean?
what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and then and it's like, why would you bring it? And this other guy was like, they want to bring it to the other black guy because there's nobody, he's not protected. They go to the unprotected class to do that too.
Yeah, that's that Tariq Nasheed culture. That's that culture. And I don't subscribe to Tariq Nasheed. I think that a lot of the people that are attracted to him, like who run under him for real,
Hmm.
those are some of the most unempowered Black people. It's kind of the same way of Miss Late Late, the way she has to like spit down on this chick that's living in a car. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. I don't have enough balls to talk shit to white people and defend my so-called blackness to white people. I don't have any balls to confront nobody else, the rich or whatever. I don't have balls to do that. But there's these so-called poor Africans that are over here. Let me give them a go. So it's kind of pathetic because most of them
Exactly.
motherfuckers are underachievers. I'm gonna be honest
Hmm.
with you. They're underachievers. They don't represent the greatness. I'm talking about the ones who follow him and they holler and tether all the time. But I do still stand by the idea that like when somebody's asking like something about African Americans and the history or something like that, I'll be damned if a motherfucker who ain't African American with the same, whatever, thinks they're gonna speak up and speak over or for. That's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because like I would never go to a Somali organization and get on the news or the media and be trying to tell people what Somali people think. You see what I'm saying? It's just basic respect.
Yeah, I
Basic.
would say I agree with you, especially if you didn't grow up here and you don't know anything about.
Yeah, I can't speak
You
for
know.
Somali people. I can't speak for Jamaican people. I
Yeah.
can't speak for none of them. I don't
Exactly.
have the
Yeah.
right to tell, oh, let me go on CNN to some white folks and tell them what black people think. I'm gonna speak for them. That's some bullshit. That's some straight bullshit. We gotta. I wouldn't do that for Chinese. I wouldn't do that for nobody. Just
And
stay in my
so,
fucking lane.
and then we was all talking about it. I was like, if that's because I don't understand this whole thing, because I feel like if you grew up here, right? I think you should be able to speak on what you've been through, And I always
Well,
give the example of like Candace Owens. Her family isn't from here. Her family is from the West Indies, but she grew up here.
I think that's the thing is, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you see what I'm
For the
saying?
most part, yeah, there's a culture that's rooted in American culture, definitely. But people also have parents that are from back home, and so there's an influence that comes from that. So I think the main thing in that is to say and acknowledge, hey, yeah, I'm speaking as a black person who has so and so heritage. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the difference. People respect that. I'm a Caribbean American or I'm a Jamaican American, meaning that I have a blend of cultures. I think that's honest, and that's what people can ask for. Is for
Yeah.
people to acknowledge where they're coming from, because those groups all have a unique perspective. Like Tam, I was glad that Tam acknowledged that she was African, Nigerian. You see what I'm saying? Even though she grew up in London and part in the United States, you can't erase that history. You can't erase it.
Yeah.
It has an influence. And so I think that's the fair thing to do. It's like, yeah, I grew up in America. I'm American, but I have a Jamaican so and so, family lineage. I think that's fair. And then people can accept whatever is said, knowing the perspective is coming from where it's coming from.
Yeah. I feel like
That's
as long
fair.
as you don't disrespect, and it's just about respect other people. And
No,
that's
you have
all
the
it
right
is.
to no. You have the right to disrespect or say something that is bad. You got a right to do that. You just come and say, I'm a Afro Caribbean or was a Spanish Caribbean um
Or
person or
whatever.
well whatever, and be like, and the thing I don't like about African American culture is, or I believe black folks are backwards because I think the main thing is just people making sure that their voices is not speaking on behalf of or letting
Mm-hmm.
people think that you're speaking on behalf or as a African American person. I think that's the main thing. Because I mean, that's what I would do if like I was in a space where Caribbean people were talking. I would just be like, yeah, I'm a foundational Black American, and as far as this issue in the Caribbean is concerned, or the Caribbean community is concerned, these are my thoughts. I would just always
Yeah,
preface it with that so that people are clear on where I'm coming from. I just think the clarity is what people are asking for
that's
as far
true.
as respect. Yeah.
It's their perspective.
That's all. There's room for diversity,
Mm.
no doubt. But I think that Tyreek Nasheed and them, they be mad when like Puerto Ricans be saying they created hip hop. That shit sends people for a fucking loop. People get mad.
But
you
they
know,
did not. They did not create hip hop.
they did it, but because there's so many Puerto Ricans, and now you got a lot of Dominicans, and so that I guess that's one of the things when people rewrite history, are they going to be trying to take credit for stuff and write African Americans out? And for all the stuff that African Americans have been through, who's been here since the beginning of slavery in America, that's just too far. It really is too
Mm.
far, you know. And like, say, for example, if people started pushing Martin Luther King out and started a narrative that Marcus Garvey was the one who helped to liberate black people, and he's Jamaican, that's going to be a problem.
Well, everybody knows Martin Luther King. That's why he has a holiday.
Right? But you understand
Even
they
my
keep
son,
reading.
my son learned that in school.
But that's what I'm saying. They're erasing that out of school. They're taking stuff out of school books. They went to the Smithsonian. They're taking shit out. They've been taking and erasing African American history. And instead of
Mhm.
African Americans going to Trump and white folks and saying, man, fuck you. You see what I'm saying? Tariq Nasheed, instead of him going and taking all that smoke about, deleting African American history and culture, instead of him taking that to the people who actually have the power to do it, he'd rather punch down on his little channel and have these people calling in talking shit to these West and East Africans. That's not helpful.
That is
How is
not
that
helpful because that's creating a
right?
divide. And we
Right.
don't need that in a that's what I was saying. We don't need that in the US where we're only 13%.
That-
If
That's
if
true. That's
anything,
true.
we should be loving each other, helping each other grow, and creating businesses.
Well, you have a positive outlook on it,
Yeah.
and that's appreciated. But you do have a lot of, I don't know if you've seen it, but you do have a lot of Africans and even some people from the Caribbean that they come to America and they actually do think that, like, you blacks are bad. You blacks are, I gotta stay away from you, and chant you down, and any chance I get, I'm not hiring blacks. I don't do business with blacks. You got a significant portion that have those negative attitudes about black people. They exist.
But
It's not
they
made up.
that comes from the parents. I think the parents or other people embed that into them. And then they come here and then they figure it out that that's not really true.
Or they fuck around and watch too much media. I agree.
That's all.
They,
Yeah.
and then it empowers them to hold those fucked up views. Um, I'm lucky myself to have come in contact with mostly African and Caribbean people who've been here for a long time, who have been half and half. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. Or they're so Western that they see the fucking shit. They got eyes they can see. They understand, okay, Amadou Diallo came from West Africa and they shot his ass just like he was an African American. They assumed he was. They've seen Africans go through and Caribbean people go through the same shit that they demonize black people for. So people who've been here long enough got eyes to see. It's these new motherfuckers that be the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the ones who just came here.
Yeah. America is a land of milk and honey. I don't understand why they just don't act. Blacks don't just act right. It's not about act right. These motherfuckers want you back in slavery. You too. Shit.
You was funny.
You too. Hell. Kabube or whatever. They want your ass in chains too. White people do not see this merit or this difference, or they don't. They see, just call it. They see a nigga. And
No,
white
you're
people are
right.
even more, they're even more hateful because they're like, you're not even an American nigga. You a nigga from, like what did Trump say? Shithole countries and all this kind of stuff, floating
Yeah,
trash
totally.
islands and shit.
Mhm.
They stereotype blacks who are not from America worse. People can't read. People are barefoot. They're naked. They're in tribes and they're not civilized and all kind of stuff. But I've traveled to Africa, several countries, and the places are there's cities there, but you got white people, and they don't know that. They don't know that people are civilized and people got a more civil society than this motherfucker over here. I bet you I can walk through Ghana and Morocco at 2 o'clock in the morning, and not blink an eye. Can't do that here.
Mhm.
But we supposed to be so civilized.
You're
So
right
white
about
people is,
that.
yeah, white people crazy, man. White people love to project their evil on other people. That's what I do know. But I think among the more educated African Americans, I think there's understanding. The less educated, they like to entertain bullshit. Do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. They like to project what they feel. Cause I
Mm.
know for me, cause I live in Cali, and it's like 6% black where I live at, and I be having to like go out on foot and go to like some of my appointments, and I be getting judged right off the rip
By who?
by the people I'm supposed to be seeing.
You mean whites or blacks or who?
Both. I say both. I can't
Oh,
say
okay.
just one.
Okay. Yeah.
But mostly, but with the white people, they look at me and they be like, they ask me the like stupid questions, like, is this for government assistance? I don't want government assistance. And it's just like, I'm not here for government assistance. Like, what the fuck?
Oh wow.
Yeah, or they think it's social services or something.
So they think you're a social worker? I don't understand.
So I deal with finances and insurance. So when I show up, they're not expecting me to look they're not expecting me, they're expecting somebody else. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So they would judge me right off the rip, but some of them will come and follow me and see where I'm going
Oh
or who
wow.
house. That's what they do, or who house I'm going to, or this. And then some of them I turned around and I speak to them too. The ones that be
Oh
following
wow.
me.
Well, if you ever get tired of California, honey, come to Atlanta. I'm always selling Atlanta. Atlanta has a significant Caribbean. Actually, matter of fact, where I live at is the most in probably the whole Southeast. We have more Caribbean people in the Southeast. Probably, I won't say the same as New York, but damn near close. Probably,
For
probably.
real?
Oh yeah, Stone Mountain. Fuck yeah. Every
Yeah,
other goddamn
I heard
store
about Stone
is
Mountain. I heard
is
about
is a Jamaican restaurant, Jamaican this, Jamaican that. It's all kind of Caribbean and Dominican. So it's a lot of Caribbean people. On my block right here, I got Haitian and several Jamaicans. But the Jamaicans that are here, they've been here for so long, you don't hear no accent until they get mad or something, they's fussing. But other than that,
mm,
you know, and we only have a few Africans in my neighborhood. And honey, that was a hot mess when they came. Woo wee, they were different. They upset
but
the whole
most people
neighborhood.
say that the Caribbean people are more easily able to get along with than some of the Africans.
Totally, totally. When I relate to Caribbean people, I see them like the same, like easy to talk to. Like I told you, my neighbor Harry was Jamaican, and we got more people like Saint Cruz. Was it Saint? Look, was it whatever Saint Thomas and all? It's a lot of different types of people. You will know if you ever have go to the Caribbean. They got this Caribbean festival here, real big. Um, and that's when all the Caribbean people come out and they be repping with their flags. That's pretty common, I think, across most cities. But then that's
Yeah.
when you really see who's here. You really Guyana. My husband has a friend. He was telling me the other day, his friend is like upset because ICE, not ICE, whatever, whoever deals with immigration has contacted his job. He works for the government and he's married to an American, but he never got his green card.
Mm-hmm.
And girl, they told him that his license and his something else. I said, who? He told me who it was. I said, I thought he was African American. Just like, no, that nigga from Panama. I was like, what? So it's a lot of times you just don't know. You don't know.
Mm.
My husband got several friends who you can't tell they're from Panama or, other countries. You just don't know unless they tell you. So yeah, I agree. A
Yeah.
lot of island people assimilate. And unless you catch them among their own friends, they're not gonna talk necessarily like you would expect, accent and all. I
Mm.
never knew dude was from Panama. I never knew. He got a lot of friends from Panama now I think about it. He got a couple of friends from Panama that he grew up with. Yeah. And they look just like, they don't have any particular look that's so different. I'll be honest. They don't. Nothing you can point to and be like, yeah, your hair is different or nothing. Nothing. So yeah, he got a couple of Panamanian friends. That's really interesting. I don't know. I'm asking him to tell me how that worked out because I was like, fuck, because they took his license, digitally, and his job said, well, your job is to drive, so you're not gonna be able to do that. But his wife, she makes like
Yeah.
like fucking six figures, so it's not gonna be a big deal. That's not gonna be a big deal, as long as he don't lose his job, hopefully.
Damn.
And the reason why they haven't gotten the paperwork is because of Trump shutdown. This is a federal agency that needs to process this. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. He doesn't know what he's doing. I understand what he's trying to do, but I think he's kind
Yeah.
of like I think they waited too late to do it. They should have did it when they first opened the borders.
Gen Z said, I've been to Nigeria so many times they don't know. uh, V Dub said oh shit. V Dub, you have Panamanian?
I
Oh
didn't even know
wow.
that.
Girl, you can't tell. These island folks, until they get pissed, you don't know. I'm talking to you like you ain't one. You
I
start
had a
talking.
friend. Yeah, I had a friend who's on Pandemadium, and she's from New York also.
When you get mad, do you speak differently?
I mean, certain words might come out, but I wouldn't say it in front of you. I have to say it in front of people who are West Indian, so I feel more comfortable. You know, if I
Right.
say
It's
it in front of you, you
yeah.
might look at me like, "What are you saying?"
Right. Right. And that's why I think a lot of times we don't know because that's why I had this friend, my friend Isoki, and I haven't talked to her in a long time, but I remember she's from the Virgin Islands, the
Hmm.
British Virgin Islands, and
Yeah.
she used to wear hair wraps, but that was during Erica Badu. You're not stereotyping nobody. Somebody wear hair wrap, they from the Caribbean, so she had certain things about her, but I just took her on some Baduism type shit. And I mean, the way she talks, she's like, her parents are from there. She grew up here, so I never fucking knew. And she ended up dating this guy, and he had a whole bunch of friends. And I came over her apartment one day, their apartment, and she was talking different. I said, "What the fuck going on?" You just don't always ask people where they're from originally. I took her to be American,
Hmm.
American, African American. And when she started talking, I said, I looking at her like, what the fuck? And then I mean, yeah, I have to have no conversation. Then I understood. Oh, she's from the islands. Okay, now we know. But I had to be around her and other people from where she's from for her to actually do that. She had no reason, I guess, to show her accent to me. Never before that point. So yeah, I guess that's right. That's why people don't know. So V Dub said he's from Panama. I want to go. I was just telling my husband I want to go to Panama and Costa Rica and Belize. I think I'm gonna do a tour. I used to want to do all of Central America, but I realized with the MS-13 and the drugs and the crime, I'm not gonna make it through all them countries. So I think I'll just do the three safe ones. Yeah, girl, they're gonna get me. They're gonna get me. I'll be done. They're gonna get me. But I think I can
I
do
gotta.
Belize. Huh?
I was gonna say I gotta take my son to Trinidad. So
That's where your people from, Trinidad.
yeah.
Trinidad. Yeah, Trinidad. Oh, we got a lot of Trinidad people here. Trinidad. That's
Yeah.
that's a turquoise flag.
No, red, white, and black. We're number
Ah,
one when
okay.
it comes to carnival. We're number one when it comes to carnival music, soca music. We are
Okay.
the trailblazers.
Okay, okay. I
I'm
don't know
for
what
real, we are.
turquoise. I don't know what turquoise flag I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah, the black.
Turquoise. You're thinking about maybe Barbados.
Yeah, okay, Barbados. I guess yellow and turquoise or something. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, I'm very familiar. There's a lot of people. Okay, yeah. Now I got the flag in my mind. It's got a stripe across, diagonal.
Yes, yes. Red, black, and
And
white.
white. Yes,
Mm.
yes, yes. We got a lot of people. And that's one thing about Atlanta. Caribbeans are very, very I call it everybody Caribbeans. They're very proud. They're very proud of their flags, honey. They got it on the bumper sticker, they got it hanging from the rear view mirror. They have stickers all over. You not the restaurants too, especially Jamaican. Jamaicans are a ton of Jamaicans here. A
Because if
lot of
you find
Jamaicans.
another Caribbean person and you guys vibe, that means you guys could bust a line. And what that means is you cook some food, you have some drinks, and you guys go chill. And that's
Plus a
what they call
line.
a line. Yeah, that's what they call alignment. And you play some music.
Oh wow. Now these steel drums, that's coming from there too, Trinidad.
Yeah, that's their island. That's their island. The band,
Okay.
the island. The number one thing is the steel pan.
Yeah, yeah. We got a lot of events that have the steel drums. And the other thing I was gonna ask you, what's the official name? Now I heard people call themselves Trinis, but what is the official name?
Trinidadian.
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 Okay. Trinidadian. Trinidad. They say is it Trinidad and was it Trinidad?
Trinidad and Tobago.
Tobago? Tobago. There we go.
Yeah, Tobago is a small little island on the side. That's the tourist spot.
Okay. So the people who are from Tobago call themselves Trinidadians or no?
I don't don't know. Those people, they're kind of like uppity, or they could say Tobagians, but they would say Trinidadian also, but they would say I'm from Tobago. That's what they'll say. And sometimes they speak a little bit different too. They
Oh,
have
okay.
their own lingo.
Yeah. You girl, you gotta make your way to come to Atlanta for the Caribbean. Have you been to New York for the
I
Caribbean?
do, of course. I grew up going to the West Indian Day Parade in New York. I think that's the
Okay,
number
well,
one parade.
okay, that's what I was gonna say. I want you to take down your expectation when you come to Atlanta, because Atlanta ain't New York. But we
Okay,
have
I'll
a
do
big
that.
one. We have a big one, but don't let your expectations be like comparing. You know, people from New York love to, yo, in New York we got this and we got that. People love to, it's the South, it's different, but we got a huge population of a lot of Caribbean people. Actually, I've been a vendor for the Caribbean Festival several times. But it moves
How
around
was
different
it?
places.
Did you enjoy
Good.
it?
I didn't stay. I do my work and I leave. But yeah, I set up the infrastructure for that. Then the guy died. I was like, fuck, he died.
Oh,
So I don't know who is taking over since then. I was working under him. But since he died, I don't have any idea who's running the Caribbean. Last time, nope. Last time he was dead and somebody, because he's been doing it forever. And he's the go-to guy. And one of my friends who had the same type of business, she became the vendor. She didn't take my place because there's room for everybody, but she was their main vendor. And she got screwed really bad because they had people jumping on tables. They were her tables. You know, that wind about, people got
yeah.
crunk. They got crunk. And there was somebody who was a big star and he wasn't expected, and she had the whole VIP section, and people went crazy. I can't even tell you who this was. I'll look up the article and see, because it made the news. The government, local government, literally had to go and shut the Caribbean Festival down because
Oh,
people
could
got
they?
so, yeah, they got so out of control. They were breaking, and it wasn't violent. Nobody was fighting. It was whoever this star was so big. People started jumping on tables, and people were pushing, and it was a
Who was the
lot.
star? You gotta tell me who was the star. Because I be telling people like, you know how people be like, oh, I can't wait to go see this such and such person in concert. I'd be like, no, I want to go see a Caribbean artist in concert or a soca artist in concert. I'll be more excited to go see them than any other artist. Because I know I'm gonna have a good time. I know I'm gonna be in there having a good time, dancing and
Yeah,
everything.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I got to find out who it was. I got to find out who it was, but it was
Oh,
somebody big, and I think it was a surprise guest, and I think people started pushing towards. It wasn't like a stampede, but it was too much. And they said that based on some of the behavior, nobody got shot, nobody was fighting, but based on the behavior and some of the damage to the chairs and tables, I think people jumped on chairs and tables because they were trying to see or something, and they were collapsing
oh,
tables and stuff. The police was just like, "This is out of control, and we're gonna go ahead and shut this down." But it was a 3 day festival, so they
yeah.
opened it back the second day. But so many people were mad, and my friend told me that in that VIP section, that they had tent and all these chairs and tables set up. She said she lost pretty much everything, and when she called the organizer, and she was like, "I need you to make sure you use your insurance. I want to file a claim, all my shit replaced." They was like, "What insurance?" Now I don't know if they was playing stupid or what, but this is a new person, and maybe they didn't put insurance. I don't know why the government would
Yeah.
let them set up a big festival without insurance, or maybe it was bootleg insurance. I don't know. I don't know. But that was the last I heard as far as any vendors for the Caribbean Festival. That was like 4 years ago. I'll look up and I'll post the article about how they had to shut it down. The vendors were pissed. All these island folks was trying to sell their flags and shirts. They come out there ready, buttons and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
It's a lot of money. They plan for this event. They get all the flags, they get everything. It's just
Fuck
like
yeah.
Labor Day in New York. They plan for this. But I like Juve. The night before, the big parade. Yeah, Juve is the best. That's when they come out with the steel pan and then they have the powder. Sometimes they have the paint.
Absolutely. Now, the festivals that you've been to the Caribbean festivals, is it like one culture only, or is it a combinations?
So they have carnival in all of Central America. They have it all over in the Caribbean. So Trinidad has their carnival, but Trinidad carnival is the best because we have. I wouldn't say people will argue and say we're not the best, but when it comes to music, all of the best Caribbean or soca music come out of Trinidad. So I
Okay.
would say Trinidad is really good because you have Juve, then there's Carnival Monday and Carnival Tuesday, and then it's Ash Wednesday. So our carnival always starts right before Ash Wednesday and right before Easter. And then afterwards, everybody else have their carnival come after us. So
Ah,
we started off first and then everybody come after.
okay. Yeah, I've been to the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York. That was interesting. Them Puerto Ricans be for real about they shit, boy. They be repping they shit. They be for
Yeah.
real.
And the
And you
Puerto
know the
Rican Day
Africans.
Parade is smaller. It's smaller than the we would call that a small festival compared to the West Indian Day Parade.
Okay, okay. Yeah, and the Africans, at least in Atlanta, they have a very interesting culture. In the summer, I don't know how this works, but they celebrate their Independence Days, and they rent these
Yes,
they
yes,
they rent
yes,
these
yeah.
auditoriums, not auditoriums, what do you call it, football, soccer fields,
Uh-huh.
because they're soccer people. They love soccer. And so they will have some kind of soccer team thing, and that brings the whole community together. And then they have like a big ass party, and then all the clubs for Nigerian people and stuff. And then they have private parties. It's kind of similar to Carnival, but it's more exclusive. Like they don't if you're not a Nigerian, you don't know about this shit. If you don't have
Yeah.
Nigerian friends,
They call it
they
what, like
don't.
a Nigerian Independence Day party. And yeah, it's
Right.
really big. Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to go with my ex-husband to the Gambian and Senegalese events. And so that's how I know about them. But it's really good because a lot of people come together. It's almost like Thanksgiving. They ain't seen each other forever,
Mm.
you know. Because a lot of these people they know each other. They might fly in from Tennessee, fly in from Florida, and everybody kind of, comes to Atlanta, at least in the South, and that's a chance to like just reconnect with the community and the family. And I get it because when I travel, I realize that people really, really do miss home. You know, shit ain't the same. It ain't the same. That
Yeah. I
sense of
would say,
community.
yeah. That's true. Yeah. You're right about that.
Yeah, you live in a lot of isolation here. There's a lot of isolation. You go into your job, you only deal with people you know. You can't just pop up over nobody's house. In Africa, for example, people are very, even Southern Black people, like my Southern Black family, people are very communal. You can just walk up to my grandma's house and like knock on there, hey, and just come on in. That's the culture. You can just come sit on the porch. And that's how I found that a lot of African and even Caribbean culture, there's a local community and everybody just freely talks to each other and goes over each other's house and shit like that. But in America, you better not. You better fucking not knock on somebody. I don't care how close you know them. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mm.
isolation. It's isolation. Yeah. But my little girl, she is over here stirring up shit. She looked like she needs my attention.
Okay.
But I have had a great conversation with you, and thanks for your perspective, and on Caribbean culture and perspectives about relating to African Americans. I appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, May, you have a good night. And I guess I'll catch you on the next one if
All
you
right.
ever
I
go back
appreciate
home.
you. Absolutely, lady. Good night. So last comment, and Gen Z says Atlanta is the New York of the South, but it's different. Absolutely, it's different. We got a little Southern charm here. It's different, but I'll say this: Atlanta is open to everybody, and it's a lot of diversity here. For the South, it's very special because the South really, in other places, there's not much diversity. It's not. Some of the city centers have some diversity, but Atlanta is truly a melting pot. We got a whole bunch of black people, but there's a lot of African people here, a lot of Arab people here, Pakistani. I mean, you know, Korean. I be going in everybody's community. I'm liable to be anywhere. I be where the Japanese people are. You know, I don't socialize necessarily with Asian people. I do socialize with Caribbean and African people, but I at least do, you know, go and check out what they doing in little Korea area, Japanese area. I'm a multiculturalist. I like to y'all can see that from the way I fucking cook, you know. I love to go to their stores and different stuff and festivals, but I really like authentic shit. You know, I don't want the resort version of anything. I'm not interested in that. So I like events where people are authentically from their own culture putting on events. That I like. I don't like fakey fake shit. And I know you don't always get the authentic because it's being marketed to the public. I know there's lots of private events and things that only people from that culture would know about. So I understand that too. But anyway, I appreciate everybody who came to the chat. I appreciate everybody who came up. Shout out to Bronzebird. Shout out to Alpha. Shout out to the brother who took off early. And shout out to Creative Solutions and everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Ashe. Have a good day.